I don't have them. I don't have them.
You know, I love how Victor says the voice of the Carolinas. It's like, yeah, like he's punching you in the face, which is what we do here on the Upstate Pulse. Hard hitting journalism. No, we don't do that.
Don't do that.
The hard hitting
punchlines.
Softly flaccid hitting.
Yes, flaccid. That's what we do here.
Flaccidly hit people with our punchlines.
Welcome into a chilly Saturday night. Please feel free to cuddle up with your loved one in front of that fire and enjoy the next 2 hours of entertaining, or we're going to try to entertain you for the next 2 hours, or whatever we've done for nearly a decade. Whatever that is, we're going to continue to do that and maybe step it up or drop it down. I don't know. Anyway, so
the fact that you said cuddle up by the fire and listen to us.
Yeah.
That's just so many bad things in my brain. Why would somebody want to? I mean, talk about a mood killer. Listening to us cuddling up by the fire.
By the way,
I would like to say that I like to think that I enhance them.
There is. I mean, there are sultry tones on these microphones, including one that hasn't even spoken yet. I mean, you know.
Hi.
There we go.
Look
at that. You melted. We just melted. All right.
No,
So
I melted.
It's like the
I
cobra
melted
venom.
into the chair.
Because it's cold. Yes. And
It's like the cobra venom. You just need a little bit of Tim.
Tim is
gets the job
Tim is
done.
sitting in the kid's chair today because that's the one he grabbed. But he has a long.
I'm sitting at the kids' table.
There we go.
It's okay.
There we go. But you know what? On camera, you can't tell. I mean, you look like you're the same height
size
as
if I
everybody.
sit up
Yeah. No, look on camera. You look fine.
Why are you
I mean,
so obsessed with this?
all right.
Because I feel small.
Let me tell you what this show is. This is a show about pop culture and all things pop culture, although and weird things like aliens in Miami, which we definitely are going to be talking about.
Yeah, but you see,
No, don't ruin it.
Okay.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
I'm just saying.
Them aliens are real. And
No, yeah, they are.
and
But
we're going to be talking about some anime, including Blue Eye Samurai. I'm glad Tim is here. He asked me to watch. And I watched one episode.
You
So we're
did?
going to
You
talk
watched the
about
first
that.
one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I will continue to watch. It's not like I watched one episode and went, oh, I ain't doing this. No, I'll continue to watch.
7 minutes.
It's pretty good. So we're going to talk about that. We've got an oops. We've got flaccid stories for the second week in a row. And yes, it's not enjoyable for the person who had to endure things. Last week, we were going to talk about our favorite movies, video games, streaming shows, and things of 2023. We didn't get to that because we didn't. So that happens. And by the way, you've heard many voices on this show. So now it's time to introduce the stars of the show. Starting on my right, Odie is here, ladies and gentlemen.
hello, ladies and gentlemen,
There he is. He ain't from around here.
from Texas.
He's from, it's an odd place, Texas is. T2 is here.
Hi.
Yes. He who was here for a very long time and then was not for some time and then was back and then now back again. And we are so grateful for him being here.
It's
Matthew.
just like a roller coaster.
Yes,
I know.
Matthew is not going to be here today because he had some family things. And Cameron is here.
I am.
Yes.
Hi. Hi-ho.
And we are going to have fun today. We are. You know, one thing we haven't done yet is we haven't got Odie over to Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. We got to get him over there to see the store because I think he's going to be hooked. And I think when he goes there, he's going to look, as you should, because Odie has a small child and they have a reading section for small children. And you can go in and they have short table and chairs. So the kid can go in and sit down and look at some comics and stuff that are actually geared toward his age group.
Okay.
And he would really have a good time. And it's a good way to get your kids interested in, some comic book type
You see, I
stuff.
have a little small, tiny problem with that.
Yeah. You don't want him to get hooked on it.
No,
Okay.
I don't mind that because if he gets hooked on stuff like that, he doesn't get hooked on bad stuff, which is great. He's in the stage where everything that he sees is his. It belongs to him.
Yes.
And I'm in the stage where I am one of those dads that just cannot say no to my son because he looks at me and he just looks and he goes, "Is that mine?" Of course it is. And I just get it. So if I brought him to Borderlands Comics and Games, even though they're very reasonable prices, it would cost me a lot of money.
Well, there you go. And the prices are reasonable and it's okay to spend money at a place that
good place
is
like that.
a magical place. Make sure you check it out. They're open 7 days a week.
Like Tahiti.
Rob and the guys would love for you to come over. They just announced a big guest a wrestling guest. Finally, they've already announced William Shatner. That's a big guess. They've already announced. Yeah, that's what happens when you do that. They've already.
That's what that button does.
Yeah. They've already announced Jim Lee, who is one of the greatest artists of all time, and now they've announced Danhausen, who is very nice and very evil. So Danhausen is going to be there. We're going to do our best to try to get him on one of the shows, either this show or the Rob Brown show, hosted by me and some guy named Rob Brown. Because I mean, that's what you do.
How did they figure out the name for that show?
It was
a cast of thousands.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they narrowed it down. Some people didn't make it literally, and then then they named it that. All right,
lives were lost.
If you want to, well, I mean, that's what happens when you are making an award-winning programming.
Yep. You want to make an omelet, you got to fake a few eggs.
We are live. We're the first ones in the building to do it. We are live on stream on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. Scott is first up on the stream, says, Happy New Year's, guy. According to online sources, with the exception of Guardians 3, every superhero movie last year either underperformed or failed outright. Traditional media is trying to blame superhero movie fatigue, but online commentators maintain it's because of bad superhero movie fatigue and suggest the only way to revitalize the genre is to take a break from additional movies for a few years before attempting to reboot. However, they doubt the studios will do that. And then it was such a long thing that it lost the rest of his comment.
I agree.
I think if you judge it off the theater, there only 2 movies did real well last year, and we're going to talk about this. We might as well go ahead and get into it. The 2 movies that did the best last year were Barbie, and the next Barbie was number 1. It grossed, this is just domestically. I didn't put the global stuff in there. Domestically, it grossed $636,224,453. So Barbie was number 1, and that's a live action movie based on a doll. So you could look at it and go, kind of superhero? I mean, kind of. Barbie is a superhero for little girls everywhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because she's a secretary, she's a doctor.
Yeah, man, she could be anything, bro.
Right. Exactly.
Multivocational.
All right.
Like a superhero.
Off to the internet I fly.
Number two last year in the box office was Super Mario Brothers, which made $574 million. Excellent movie, by the way. Cartoon.
There is an Irish Barbie.
Okay, of course there is.
She's got an Irish.
Does she have red hair?
She has red hair.
Of course, she's got to be a ginger.
she's a soul-stealing ginger, and she has an Irish dancing dress on her.
Okay, what's an Irish dancing dress?
It's a dress that you Irish dance in.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. Number 3 on the list was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. By the way, superhero fatigue, but number 3 on the list is So you've got the number 1 movie in the United States last year was a movie based on a little girl's doll. Number 2 was an animated film based on a video game. Number 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, is a superhero movie. Right. Number 4 was Guardians of the Galaxy, which made 358.
And made us all cry.
Number 5 was it made me mad, because he didn't get the girl. That just bothered me.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I know it's never going to get the girl.
Well, he did in the first place. Talking about Guardians.
Guardians.
Yeah. Because he didn't get the girl. All right, number 5 is Oppenheimer. So there's one of those movies, a serious movie, got beat by a superhero movie, by a video game movie, and by a girl's doll movie.
Yeah, but is it because people don't want serious anymore? People like the world is serious enough. Let's all look at Barbie.
The next thing is after that was Little Mermaid, which was a live remake of an animated film. Then I skipped 7. I don't know what that was, but number 8 is John Wick because it's John Wick.
Yeah.
With the pencil.
And or whatever he can find. Number 9 was Sound of Freedom, which which is another serious movie for sure.
Very controversial, but very serious.
Yeah. Number 10 was Taylor Swift. I mean, she could be a superhero to some people.
Tay-tay.
Then Indiana Jones.
Really stretching the premise.
Then Mission Impossible.
She is my superhero.
Transformers, Fast X.
I'm down Swiftie.
Five Nights at Freddy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So all this fatigue, I'm not buying it. Here's what it is. People aren't going to the theater.
But did you know?
There's that. And I think also that I think the media is essentially trying to do what they did to disco. They're trying to say it's dead pronounce it dead, keep pushing that, and then people will eventually accept it.
Bring
I
it
think
back
it's
to
because
life.
they keep remaking old stories.
So
I think that's what I think. I think it's because they keep remaking stories, and there's only so many remakes you can do before you're just like, okay, I'm over it.
It depends on what you're talking about.
all right,
Well,
so
yeah, I mean, I agree, but
all that being said, what was your favorite movie last year, Cameron? In 2023, what was your favorite movie?
Dragon Ball
On the
Superheroes.
spot. Right
Was that
there.
2033?
I don't think that was 2023.
Was that
That was
2022?
2022.
It was a good movie though.
I will say Guardians 3 was definitely up there.
Yeah, it was. But what was your favorite? This is personally, what was your favorite?
I'm trying to think.
Because you and I went to see almost all the same movies. I will tell you, my favorite movie was Willy Wonka.
Mine was Super Mario. I thought it was
Really?
great.
Willy Wonka was really good.
Oh,
It
no,
really-
I agree.
And by the way, it's number one even now. It's done really well at the theater.
newest one? The newest
Yeah,
one?
the newest one. It's really
Yeah.
good. I
you
mean,
need to go see that.
yeah, it's one of those, again, like Guardians. Guardians did evoke emotions that when you walked out, you're like, you can't wait to talk about it. That to me is a good movie. Either you're really depressed and you come out and you're like, man, I can't, or you're ticked off because they killed someone off, but you're so emotionally invested that when you come out of the theater, you want to break the rule of not talking when you come out of the theater. Wonka did that for me. Guardians did that.
Is that really a rule?
It's an unwritten rule. Do you not know the rule? Or
Well,
do you come out? Is that a rule?
No.
Maybe we should save it for Ask Odie.
No,
but,
no, enlighten the rule there. Just
all right.
delve
So
a
when
little
you
bit
come
deeper
out of
into it.
when you come out of the theater,
Yeah.
and you just saw a movie, you should not talk about the movie as you're walking out of the theater, because there are people standing there getting ready to go in to see that
It's
movie.
common courtesy.
So you're spoiling them by talking about it. So you wait till you get out of the theater.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'd
Yeah.
wait till I got in the car.
Yeah.
No, I'd pretty much walk up to them and say that Luke is his son.
Yeah. Don't. Again, you're bringing it. This is the wrong person to say that to.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy let us in the theater at the end. He was like, "Oh, the movie's almost over, but you can watch the end of it before it starts again if you want."
Who taught you to do that?
Usher, and we tried to find him afterwards.
Usher just needs to stick to singing, okay?
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
You tried to fight him afterwards?
No, we tried to find him. We might have fought him. He was gone.
get you.
He was gone.
like,
Hey,
what?
listen, I don't know. I was like 14 or 15. I might have.
The streets might have caught up
But
to
yeah,
that Usher
we
at
got
some
in there.
point.
We sit down
We
right
play around with these movies.
right as Luke is hanging there and Darth Vader's talking to him. It's like, are you kidding me? That guy let us in, and we saw the end before, and so that's
the
the biggest
worst spoiler.
that's the
moment.
biggest jerk in the history of mankind. So anyway,
Yeah.
you don't do that. You don't
No,
walk out
no,
of the theater
no, no,
talking
no.
about. But if you're a little kid doing it, I get it because you don't understand. I think you reach a point where you, as a moviegoer, think I would not want someone talking about them when I'm standing here waiting.
Yep.
So I won't do that to them.
But here's the thing: I can safely say now that I am no longer a moviegoer
Yeah.
for the simple reason that I'm not gonna like. I used to love going to the cinema. I would go probably 2 or 3 times a week, depending what was coming out. If it was something good, definitely, and if it was something I really enjoyed, I would go back and watch it again in the cinema. But now maybe it's because I'm getting old and cantankerous. But if I'm sitting in the theater and there's kids in front of me, they could be 5 rows in front of me, and they've got their phones out, and I'm just like, you put that phone away now. And then they probably don't. And then you've got grazers, the people that eat loudly and they open the packets.
I've never thought of them as grazers. Now they forever in my mind will be grazers.
Grazers.
Oh, great. We got some grazers
Can I
in
tell-
there.
Can I tell a quick story?
No, but
real
hold on,
quick?
wait.
Yeah,
So you've got
go
the
ahead.
grazers, right? You've got them. You've got the people that open packets of candy really loudly, and then they scrunch them up because they have to make as much noise as possible.
And then that one guy that laughs the loudest.
Yes, for no
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
It's not funny. Someone just died on screen and you're laughing. Why are you laughing?
So what I'm gathering here is you don't like people.
So I love the movies, but I just don't like people. No, I do like people. I like
Well, I
people.
mean,
but
because-
I don't like watching movies with other people.
You're turning into an old Irish hermit.
I'm turning into
It
a
doesn't mean I don't
cantankerous.
like people. It just means I don't like watching movies with
See,
other
this
people.
is weird because out of everyone here, I am the most introverted and do not want to talk to people. But there are certain movies that are better
Well, you don't talk
watching
to people
with
during
people.
a movie. You're watching the movie.
Yeah, no, you
You're
don't.
right.
But people do. People talk to people during the movies.
But
and
you
they
know
need
what?
To be
You know
brought
what?
out. And
You should
skipped.
go. You should go to the theater now. You know why? Because nobody's going, so you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to see Aquaman. It wasn't the week it came out, but we went to see it,
Yeah.
and it was on a Thursday night or Friday night. Was it like right after Christmas? I
Yeah.
forget what it was. there were like 6 other people in the theater
Yeah,
with
it
us.
was barren.
And there was a time when on Thursday nights you would go see a movie, despite what genre it was, you would go see it and the place would be packed. And I don't recall that happening at all in 2023.
The other thing
Yeah.
is I think that the movies are a little bit expensive.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to go.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah,
that's,
just a lot of it.
that's another thing.
Yeah. The prices are crazy. And especially the food prices and things like that. But you know what?
You can't
You only-
buy popcorn for like a couple dollars anymore. You're like spending like what, 15?
Well, they're gonna
$20
get
on
to-
a bag.
You're going to get your wish because there's not that many superhero movies coming out in 2024. Eventually, we'll get to the ones that are coming out. Not that many. So we'll see if the fatigue is real or if it's better. Less is more. And man, I missed that. I wish something would come out soon. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this, and we're going to talk to you. If you want to be a part of the show, text us at 71307 or hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the X, as some people have already done. I see you, Chris. I see you, Trey. I see you, Mark. We'll get to your comments. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
So the grazing thing made me think of the most unique.
That's funny, Mark,
experience.
because it's true, because it's no hope. That's why it's a horrible movie. Go ahead.
Rogue One. Anyway, so I went.
The best part of that movie is when Darth Vader shows up at the end.
Hey, don't get mad. It's your fault for not being aggressive.
Well, okay then. So
What happened?
I went to see A Quiet Place with my friend.
Save it for the show.
I'm not going to
Quiet
get to
Place?
talk about this on the show. We're going to have to move on.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I
are
just
moving on
Yeah.
because we need to.
Quiet
Yeah.
Place. That was
But you are talking about it on the
that
show.
was the
'cause
movie
it's
Yeah,
the
where
show.
okay.
they
Yeah.
have to hide from everything because
Yeah,
it's John
Krasinski,
aliens are
Emily
coming to
Blunt.
kill them all. Yeah,
I never
okay.
saw it.
They're
Is it-
attracted to sound.
Is it good?
Yes.
Was it?
So I haven't seen the second one. I need to see the second one. But in the theater, the way that they have the sound design, there is no sound.
Yeah.
It lives up to the name. So
Oh, so you can hear breaths and you can hear.
and you can hear someone crunching on someone. I was the only one with any sort of
Must
concessions.
have been the
And
easiest.
You
easiest
were
movie
grazing.
Ever to
I was
make them
grazing.
sound
Cameron,
I
you're,
was the
you're dead to
greatest.
me. You're just dead to
And
me
my
now.
friend, here's the thing. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it at all. And my buddy Matt just like slowly turns and looks at me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was just like, "Pop the popcorn. I gotta eat it."
But
What am
no,
I gonna do? Just
I
sit
like
here?
watching a movie in the house because if you need to, you can pause it.
No, I agree.
You
I
can
agree.
back
And
it up.
and the other thing that's killing the theater is how quickly things are on stream.
Yeah, but I will. The thing
yeah.
is, I won't just wait for it to come on to Freeview. I'll
You
buy
buy it at
I'll
home.
buy it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't understand how movie theaters are still even open. Just for the
Yeah.
simple fact of
I wish people would. Yes, yes.
streaming and all that kind of stuff. And
Exactly.
in my case, I have a theater at home.
Yeah, so do
So-
we. We have a big
Big theater screen. Yeah.
We've got the surround sound.
Same
We've
here.
got the big kick out.
I don't have
lazy
surround
boys.
sound yet, but I do have these big speakers hooked to it, and it sounds awesome.
Yeah, we've got the lazy boy recliners, and
Mhm.
when we're watching something and the boy is watching, he'll sit on either me or his mama, and we'll just kind of relax.
Right.
And that thing, if we need to change a diaper, if we need to do something or get more
Now,
snacks,
for people like us, yeah, it would be
Pause.
nice to just be able to stream it from home. But I mean, I can see that people that don't have that, going to the theater is good. But why aren't they going?
now just thinking about that, I've got the wife and the boy are down playing with horses tonight, so I've got a free. I could go to a late night theater tonight.
But you
you're
won't.
asking what you would go see.
I
don't
mean, I
know.
could go see Wonka. I haven't seen it, or I could go see the new Aquaman because I haven't seen it,
Go see Wonka.
or I might just not.
Or just go home and play video games.
Howdy.
Or, yeah.
Come with me, and you'll
we'll
be
in
a world of pure imagination. Don't you dare.
Now I want candy.
I don't want to know what's going on in his head.
I want candy.
I want candy.
Again, she was like 14 when she was singing that song.
I'm
I'll
singing
tell you
my
what I
version.
did watch
Okay.
that's thrown me for a loop.
The best day.
What?
Oh,
Can't
is there
get it out of
Cheapy
my
Tuesdays
head.
here?
What?
It's
Oh.
the Curious Case of Natalia Grace. It's on HBO Max. Do you remember the movie The Orphan?
No.
No. Is it a
Something
horror movie?
serious.
It's a horror movie, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it was a horror movie.
Iron Claw is a wrestling movie.
But
by
anyways,
the way.
the movie's based on her story, but it's based on like an orphan kid that hides out in the orphanage, but she's really an adult and she gets adopted by his family. And, you know, this is based on that story.
So
the
like from
real
Looney
part of it.
Tunes.
But the sad truth about it is
Like Boss
that
Baby?
the parents abused her and neglected her because they thought she was an adult and she wasn't. It's crazy. Anyways, you should check it out. It's really good.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Alonzo here, along with Odie and T2 and Cameron. Having fun on Saturday night. We are live on stream on YouTube, Twitch, X, and Facebook. We got a bunch of guys on there. Also, you can text us at 71307. Let's see. Chris says, have I missed the Blue Eye Samurai? Missed us talking about it, or it's on Netflix, so you need to watch it on Netflix.
And it's only 8 episodes long.
Yeah, I watched the first episode yesterday. We're
I'm
going to
on
talk about
7.
that. Let's see. Mark says, hey guys, shout out to Kid Flaccid. Have you all seen Rebel Moon yet? And Danhausen's comic book and toy need. He's nerd is what he means. Yeah, he is. He's into collecting and all that kind of stuff, which I'm going to ask him about if I get him on whatever show I can get him on. Let's see. I haven't watched Rebel Moon yet. I want to, though. Let's see. Chris says, sup, guys? Have I missed it? Yeah, I already read that. Let's see. Trey says, I want to go see Iron Claw. I do, too, but I don't think it'll be in theaters that long, so I'm going to wait and watch it at home. Mark says, my youngest son did that after Rogue One. Mom, they all died. Talking after you come out of a theater about the movie you just watched. And that's not good. Trey says, 100% agree with Odie. Those people usually have bad body odor too. I wish people would use their inside voice at theaters. It's a big room, and it's hard to judge how far your voice will carry in a big room. And yeah. Trey says the best day to go is on Tuesdays in Spartanburg. Tickets are $5. I remember growing up when I was a children back in the day, I used to go to the $1.50 theater. Now that was the place to go because it only cost $1.50 popcorn.
Get the $1.50?
$1.50 to go see a movie, and it was like a month or so after the movie was out, and they had a lot of lights and stuff. It was very pretty. Let's see. Trey says in 1991, I went to a camp for kids with type 1 diabetes. They showed us Willy Wonka. I felt like that was cruel. Yeah,
That's so evil.
yeah, that's that's kind of messed
Look,
up.
kids, you'll never get to enjoy
Yeah,
that.
don't. Here's what happened. Yeah, it's just Augustus Gloop over and over again.
So the only thing I can
Augustus sweetheart.
It's a camp of gloops.
the only thing I can go to watch tonight would be Wonka. Yeah.
Well, it
I
depends
might
on
go
what
to-
theater you go to.
Well, I'm looking at the ones in Anderson because they're on the way home. So
Well, if you went to Hollywood 20, which is like 5 minutes that way.
Yeah.
okay, let me look it up. How about I tell you what?
And then you could go
Right
and
next to
then go
Wild
home
Wings.
after it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's
Does anybody want to go to the theater? tonight?
I gotta work.
Okay.
No,
There you
not
go to work.
really.
On the text line 71307, we had the Boys series was awesome.
Yeah, I've only watched. We've watched. Have we finished season 1 yet?
No.
I
No.
finished the whole thing. I watched
Yeah,
it.
I haven't because I can't watch it at
It is-
my house. Yeah,
yeah.
I know, but it's kind of. I watched all of Gym 5, but which is a spinoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you should watch Gym 5 if you watch The Boys.
Okay. No.
It ties in at the end.
yeah, okay.
It ties in. It
There
definitely
was
does.
a lot of scenes in the Boys where I just went, like, oh,
Yeah, and see if that's doing that to you.
oh.
That's
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
If you're having that reaction,
Now there's
you can think of my reaction.
There's one scene in particular. I'm not going to go into detail on it because I can't. But there's a guy who could shrink down really tiny,
Oh, I know where this
like
is going.
really, really tiny, and then something happened, and I was just like, "That's too much.
There's a girl in Gen 5 who can do that.
That's too much."
And it was a little much. So
we'll just say it got very adult, and it was just
yeah, same. That's
Nah,
what I'm saying.
can't do it,
Yeah.
can't do it. So Jim Uneasily, he was Jim Uneasily.
He
Jim
could be
in
on easily. Can you be on easily?
Jim, are you on easily or in easily? He's in easily.
Sherwood Forest didn't land.
Jim says, hey guys, in just my opinion, but every 8th grader and 9th grader needs to watch Saving Private Ryan and I think it's Platoon or Pation or We Were
It's probably
Soldiers.
My 9-year-old's already seen it.
Need
so
to watch We
Yeah,
Were Soldiers
he
and
loved
Young.
it.
I saw Platoon. I get why you're saying that, but do they have to?
What age is an 8th grader?
I was
8th
12 or
grade?
13.
Yeah.
12 or 13.
12 or
Yeah.
13.
I'd leave it till they're 16. little bit older.
Chris, by the way, Chris has
I
clarified
feel
you can
so bad by
you can
10-year-olds
only
seeing
be
Saving
in
Private
easily.
Ryan.
Yeah, you can only be in
Oh, you're
easily.
going to be in his.
I never saw Saving Private Ryan because who all was in it. I'm like, yeah,
What?
that doesn't interest
It wasn't
me.
that bad of a
That's like
movie.
Yeah,
Pretty big cast.
by the
in
way,
it,
I just want to point out,
Vin Diesel's in it.
by the way, oldest guy in the room. I've seen
Yes, he is.
Yes.
I've seen a ton of military movies. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
I have. It's not like I haven't seen them. I saw like Hamburger Hill. I saw Platoon. I've saw a bunch of those when I was younger. Then when
but
they got
the sound
older, it's just
design in
like-
it's amazing, bro.
Hamburger Hill
Really
upset
good.
me a lot.
You and I are the only ones who know what that movie
Yeah.
is in this room. So
Can we
We're too
spoil it?
young.
go ahead, dude. It was like out in what
40 years ago, yeah.
90 something.
It's the fact that they took the hill even though it had already been taken. And I'm just like, so many of them died because of there was bad management, bad planning, poor communication. HR needs to get involved. Just needs to get involved.
Yes, HR.
Mm-hmm.
Call it HR. By the way,
HR.
I'm
Yeah.
HR.
I was
Nice-
about to say,
nice
Hey,
to
you
meet
need to
you.
get
HR.
involved. You need
Okay,
to get
yeah,
involved with
that's nice to
hamburgers
meet you.
on the hill. We need to take another break very soon as well.
All right, that's fine.
I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm aware of the clock,
I'm
but I do
confusing.
appreciate you doing your job.
So
I
we're about
do.
to break.
All right, no, we're not, and don't sing that
One
song.
step closer to the edge.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
All right, Tim.
do.
What was your favorite video game last year?
Ooh,
Did you
my
play
favorite?
play any new ones last
Modern
year?
Warfare 2
Was that a new one?
No,
Because
Yeah.
that's
came
not.
out last year.
it's
Did it?
remastered.
Modern Warfare 2?
I was making a joke.
It was remade. It was a remake.
Was that not Modern Warfare 3?
No, Modern
Okay.
Warfare 3 is a terrible joke.
Okay. All right. Cameron, your favorite video game last year?
Baldur's Gate 3.
All right.
The only game
Because
that
I'm not sure you played any.
I
so-
did, yeah. I
Okay.
played it.
All
I
right.
want to play it.
My favorite
Oh,
game
I've been
that
playing
I
Smite.
played, I just ignored him. My favorite game that I played last year was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay. It's the game that keeps on giving,
Yep.
apparently. And my favorite was also Baldur's Gate 3. And I just want to say, top grossing games. Steven's not listening because he would already be on here, but he was right. The top grossing game, but it's in the world, not in the United States as far as video games goes, was actually Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh,
And you
man,
know
I
what-
want to play that.
You know, it was number 2? Diablo 4.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had this when they came out. We had this discussion. Yeah, Baldur's Gate's number 7. So Starfield was number 3. Spider-Man 2 was 4. Dead Space, Resident Evil 4, a Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I played a bunch of these games.
Uh-huh.
Pikmin's in there. Let's see.
You know what I mean? Pac-Man?
No, Pikmin. It's a totally different game.
Was that his brother?
No, Pikmin is weird. It's like these little things that follow each other, and you gather more of them, and they follow.
So
And it's-
Pac-Man, because it's
No,
the little thing
No,
that gets followed by other
no.
things.
Look up Pikmin. It's nothing like Pac-Man. You know, you've got a
You
computer
have an
right there in front
army
of
of
you.
plant people.
Hogwarts
An
Legacy came out. Played a lot of Hogwarts Legacy. It was fun.
I got to finish that game.
Yeah. Wulong Fallen Dynasty. I played that a little bit. It was hard. Atomic Heart was not as good as it was supposed to be. I'm trying to look through some of these other ones. One Piece Odyssey I would not play because I'm not done with the anime yet, and I don't want to be
What
spoiled.
about Armored Core 6? Is that anywhere?
It is on there.
What's
Armored Core 6.
Yeah, I got that
Oh,
for my
yeah.
birthday.
I played Armored Core, the original one. That was amazing.
What is it?
6 is out.
It's a
mechs.
mech game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You basically
Okay.
customize your own mech. You go out, you fight other mechs.
Oh,
Pretty simple.
that sounds pretty cool.
Armored Core 1 was cool. I didn't get into the 6th one.
Look up some gameplay for that.
No.
It'll blow your mind.
You don't tell
Yes.
him.
Dance, monkey, dance. No.
All right. Let's go to break, monkey. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk at 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas.
You're the big monkey.
I'll
go get a broom.
I'm like the head monkey. You know, I mean, whatever.
But we're dancing now with the monkey dance.
Yes, we are. It is the monkey dance.
Would you like to?
I like the monkey dance like this.
Oh, we went to break.
I'm shaking my pecs. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. That's right.
The monkey dance.
I don't like that. That seems unholy. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a natural. Yeah, it just no.
It made me laugh when I seen it.
Tim is
What I
showing
was saying to you,
us.
Tim, there's a set of cans over there.
I don't think he gets
Yeah,
it.
he probably does.
I don't get that. Yeah, there's a set of cans over there if you want to use them, Tim.
There's what?
There's cans over there.
Cans.
Headphones. Headphones.
Oh,
That's another name for headphones. It's
really?
cans.
It's fun.
Then you could laugh at the disco dancing we were doing. Because we were doing the disco dancing.
And you could not
Join
hear the
us,
music.
Tim.
Were
Timothy.
you playing disco music?
Yes, that
Yeah.
was the point. Yeah,
Yes,
that's why-
we were in the discotheque.
Yes, we were there.
We were doing the monkey in
Discotheque.
the discotheque.
Go to break, monkey.
Hey,
Thanks, buddy.
you started it,
Yes, I did.
so I just went with it.
What's Baldur's? Is that Baldur's Tree? Baldurs? Baldur's?
B-A-D-B-O.
BALDURS.
Yeah.
What about
Thank
it?
you.
Is that Baldur's Tree? Is that how you spell
Baldur's,
Baldur's
Gate.
Gate
Baldur's
3.
Gate 3. So if they said Baldur's 3,
Gamer
that's
almost
what
So
it was.
came out in
Starfield and
Cameron.
Baldur's Gate is coming up.
What?
The gamer almost came out in Cameron. The true gamer.
What do you mean? Is that how it is? It is how it is.
Yeah, it's
Nah, I
like,
don't do that.
he's getting angry. What is going on? Man, we ain't even talking about the Miami aliens yet. We got to get to that eventually.
Look. I'm a pleasant smile that covers a boiling sea of rage.
A boiling sea of rage comes up inside you and bubbles out into the ether of Rage Sea.
It's very Dragon Ball narrator right there, Odie.
Is it?
Yes.
I feel like that's just him getting drunk and walking into the studio booth. It's like, and next time on Dragon
Yes.
Ball.
You see, if Odie was to get drunk, first of all, something's after
I
going
love
very
that guy,
wrong.
though. That guy was awesome.
And thirdly,
Next
we don't want
time,
that to happen.
Dragon
No,
Ball
no, no.
Z.
Hey, Turdley?
yeah, thirdly, and see, it's funny when I say it. When you say it, it's just not.
Now, my favorite announcer is the guy from all the fights, all
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the ladies and gentlemen guy.
It was so cool they had him
all
in
the
all,
tournaments. Yeah,
they
the
had him in
tournament
all
guy.
the games too. So
Yep.
yeah.
Only because I could imitate him. I could imitate the guy from the start.
Oh, I just put this one in yesterday.
I got quite a
Dragon
few
Ball Z.
texts.
Okay.
That guy.
We got one more break to take too.
Majin Buu lives. Wait, what?
Well, Will hasn't texted any of us, so he's probably
Who's
doing okay.
Sturge?
I checked on him before I came in here.
What?
Sturge?
What about him?
Who is he?
Sturgis.
Is this Sturge's old
Sturgis.
show? I recognize a voice here.
No,
Okay.
no. It's I mean, you can
Every time
mention.
I hear the name
He-
Sturgis, I think of that
He was
movie,
on
The Man of the House.
Fan when it was
Remember that
ESPN
movie?
Upstate.
No idea what
Oh,
you're talking
okay.
about.
Yeah.
No, man, it's got was it Timothy Taylor Thomas?
Mark
Jonathan
11.
Taylor Thomas, whatever his name is.
Yeah, they need to stop zeroing the board.
Right. Right. That's not you, is it?
What?
The board zeroer
The board zero.
who keeps taking everything out of program and all that stuff. That's not you.
That's him.
Okay. All right. But someone's doing it on the fan also.
Well, that's definitely him.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't been on there unless he's been in there when no one's in there.
It does bother me because it makes you
work.
check it before.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not me doing it though.
Okay.
I usually
No,
I
do it
didn't
all
think it
myself.
was you because it wasn't done before and you've been here for a while. I mean, there's a way to narrow it down.
Well, it's not me anyway because I'm only here one
Use
night a week.
logical deductions.
So
But it's a very recording studio thing to do.
yes, it is.
So
Yes, it is. You zero the board on a record.
when you're done, yeah.
Yeah, zero the board. Yeah.
It's funny, Tim doesn't have headphones on, so he has no idea why I was doing that. It was Pennywise saying hello. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Odie and
Hello.
T2 and Cameron. And text line is 71307.
My name is Colin, and I used to listen to the Sturge show regularly. Apparently, what I new to me. Saving Private Ryan is epic. Jim was back on. He said years ago in the theater in downtown Main Street of Greenville, summer was when he was out of school. He could go to the theater for 25 cents and get a nickel bag of popcorn at the same time. And he says that he is older than dirt. Yes, you are, Jim. Yes, you are. Hamburger. Another texter says, "My guy, Hamburger Hill was a rough one." Yes, it was. And then we got another texter who says that Starfield doesn't make any sense to me, but it's there. And Baldur's Gate 3 were good. So
By the way, love Baldur's Gate 3, love Starfield.
Starfield.
Starfield haven't even begun to really play it.
Plumb the depths.
Yeah, because there's 1,000 planets that you can visit. So I mean, and yeah, that's a lot of planets.
What?
Yeah, there's 1,000. They're literally, it's actually over 1,000 planets.
Yeah.
So I beat the game once, and you can continue to beat it. But I want to go back through and take my time and just start building planet to planet. And it's
but 1,000 planets, and
yeah,
every planet then is probably a big
it
RPG.
is not. No, some planets are barren.
Can you explain what the gameplay is in Baldur's Gate?
In Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate is basically playing Dungeons and Dragons as a video game.
Okay.
So
It's turn-based.
So the campaign that we
turn-based?
played it's basically that. You've got 4 characters. It can be just about anything, from a tiefling to a dragonborn, half elf, any of that kind of
Turn-based
stuff.
with 4 players.
And you can play online, and you can also play dual screen, supposedly on Xbox, which we haven't tried, dual screen at home. And when you make a decision, you roll the dice just like you would playing Dungeons and Dragons, and there is a die that rolls on the screen. So that's why a lot of people are into it. So the fact that you have now played Dungeons and Dragons and you have an idea how to play it, playing that, it's the same thing. So, and almost every decision you make impacts not only what's happening at the moment, but something later on. Which you can play something. There's something called the Dark Urge, which I don't want to give away, spoil if someone hasn't played it yet.
Like
what the
that.
Dark
right
Urge
up your
is.
alley.
Yes.
I beat it
Take
as
over the
I beat
world.
it as Dark Urge on computer, and I beat it as Dark Urge on Xbox, and that's how you know it's a game that I like, because I have it on console and on PC. So, but I love Starfield. I'm waiting for Starfield to be opened up with mods, because I cannot wait to see what some people will do to their planets and be able to go visit those planets.
Also, I'm ready for the Star Wars Total Conversion mod.
Well, I bet it's already been, because mods are on computer. So if you played it on computer, you probably could find those. And it should be available on computer on Xbox.
Yeah,
also.
I should.
Baldur's
So
Gate's on Steam too.
it is. That's where we played it first. But you
Mhm.
got to have a pretty good computer,
Play
because
Steam games yet?
to play Baldur's Gate, because there's a lot of activity going on in the game, to the degree to where I have an older computer that Cameron gave me. That's not. It couldn't handle it and would crash a bunch.
Mhm.
But now that I'm playing on Xbox, I can go to those places. There's a
Turn down
circus.
all
like
the
there-
graphic
yeah,
settings?
even with that,
Yeah.
it's still, yeah.
Wow.
This circus has so much stuff going on, and the
That's
city of
impressive.
Baldur's Gate itself has so many things going on in the background. But on Xbox, it works. It crashed on me today for the first time.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, and I was trying to skip past some cutscene stuff, and I tried to skip too quick, and I think I caused it to crash. Again, text line 71307. Before we take our next break, what was your favorite streaming show of 2023? Did you watch any streaming shows, Odie?
I do. I watch a lot of them.
What's your favorite one?
I actually would say it was The Boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
would.
What was yours, Tim?
Does Attack on Titan count?
Yeah, that's a
okay,
streaming
'cause
show.
that's what I was-
Can you watch it anywhere else other than on streaming? No.
true,
So yeah,
No.
Cameron, what was yours?
It's a tie between My Hero was out last year too, right?
I didn't even put that on the list. So here's a list of ones that I made a list of 10. Gen 5, which we talked about earlier. Scott Pilgrim, which I haven't watched all of yet. Percy Jackson, just started watching that. Loki.
Oh, yeah, my wife's watching that actually.
Loki season 2 was pretty good.
Yeah. You know what? I think
Skylar's all about some Loki right now.
Ahsoka.
My
Is
son.
Percy Jackson good?
Yeah, so
yeah,
far.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode of it. It's really good.
Yeah, we've watched the first episode. Ahsoka, I thought was pretty good. Some people didn't like it, but I liked it. One Piece, I'm still watching.
I
So,
like Ahsoka up until.
oh no, I'm talking about the One Piece live action, which was really, really good.
No, I've
Yeah.
heard such great things.
Yeah, Mandalorian season 3 was last year. Witcher season 3 was not as good. Yu Yu Hakusho, I started watching and I just watched it all. You should check it out. It's pretty good. And
I
Secret
know I was going to check that out.
and Secret. Well, I did what you asked me, but you didn't do what I okay.
I know.
And Secret Invasion was also this past year.
all right. I think I'll go with Loki season 2 just because of they did such a brilliant job of taking all of season 1 in season 2, and like there was such a good bridge between the two.
I'm gonna go with One Piece because I didn't think
was
they
really
could make the live action adaptation so good, and it did. And my wife loved it. And she's like, this is so emotional. I was like, yeah, that's the whole anime is like that. It's
Mhm.
very emotional. So that was my favorite also. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back,
Oh, just before we go to the break, do you know what's going to be my favorite TV show this year?
what would that be?
It's going to be Nighttime with Odie. That's going to start on the 17th of this month. But we can talk about that some other time.
No, you can do it now. You got time. Where would we be able to see this
Well,
TV
you'll
show?
be able to see it on very, very local TV, but you'll also be able to stream it on YouTube on the Nighttime with Odie TV streaming YouTube channel.
All right, you keep talking about this TV show.
It's going to be a talk show.
I was gonna say, but you haven't really said what it is.
I'm going to be in it. It's going to be a late night talk show, and I'm going to have guests on. I'm going to have comedians on it. I'm going to have music acts on it. I might, if I knew anybody that was in radio, I
Yeah.
might try and get them on the
Yeah.
show to talk about radio stuff because
But
it's going to be TV show.
Those guys are hard to get.
Yeah, they are.
really
If I knew
They're
anybody,
such
Yeah, if you knew,
divas,
if
you
you knew
know?
somebody,
Such
yeah,
divas.
absolutely. And I hear
No
that
comment.
that it puts like 40 pounds on you if
yes,
you're
it
on
does.
TV.
But it depends
so-
on how many cameras are pointing at you. And the
Ah.
good thing is,
Okay.
it's going to be filmed in front of a live studio audience. So if anybody wants to come and
Wow.
watch
Wait. You didn't say it was going to be in front of a live studio audience.
it's going to be in front of a live studio audience. So if anybody wants to come, then they could just hit me up.
All right.
on the,
So are you
Yeah.
going to be more Jimmy
David
Carter
Letterman kind of.
So is
or
this
Conan
a
O'Brien?
Yes, Conan O'Brien because I've got red hair. That's
Yes.
just
yes? So it's
So
a
that's how that works.
soul stealing.
it's a soulless act. So where is this going to be?
It's going to be in Anderson. It's going to be in I don't know if I can say what studios it is.
Okay, but it's going to be
But
in a studio.
It's
in
going to be in a
Anderson.
studio in
Okay.
Anderson,
All
and
right.
people can come and watch TV stuff happening.
That might be that. I mean, I hope you can find a radio guy or girl. That
Or
would be
guy, long-haired radio guy.
Possibly.
Possibly.
There's some of those around here
If
who
only-
would
if only I
actually be
knew
on
any of
that.
them.
Yeah. Especially radio guys don't have agents. So all right.
Mm.
When we come back, we are going to do an oops. Why
Don't
not?
worry, I got you covered.
We it's about fishing. So Odie at least will know what it is.
Yeah.
You're listening to the listening audience will too. You listen to the
course they
Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. It was pretty good, Mark. It really was. And it has me looking forward to. See, the one thing, and this happens with Yu Yu Hakusho also, it takes anime forever to get to something. The live action ones squeeze so much stuff. And it's like, okay, that was like four seasons.
They don't squeeze it. They
They-
just skip over.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
not a lot of
so-
waiting and a lot of they have to. Yeah,
It's
and-
kind of like, well, if you've watched the anime, then you know what's going to happen.
but you're pleasantly surprised that it gets there so fast. It's like, wait.
Well, the reason I haven't watched the one you told me to watch is because Emery,
But wait,
my
there's
daughter,
more.
has been getting into Naruto. So we've been watching a lot of that. I've been rewatching Naruto Shippuden pretty much. Which
It's
is
not how you spell
almost
it, but
half
I get
as
it.
long as One Piece.
Again, Yu Yu Hakusho bothers me because you watch that and you go, they can make a Dragon Ball show. They absolutely
No.
can do this.
No.
They can. See, you're looking at the Justin Chadwick version, whatever, and thinking they should never do that again.
All of them are like cheesy like
There
that.
have been a ton of them made in Japan.
When you're big in Japan,
Even the Japanese ones are cheesy though. Have you ever watched the live action Japanese
I saw one
adaptation?
like it was Monkey Boy or something like that. I saw that, or Monkey King.
yes, I really,
I watched
really
the
like
Full
that.
Metal
It's so
Alchemist
it's so
one.
corny.
But
It's
did you see the 70s one?
Well, I watched the Full Metal
might be the
Alchemist
one I
one,
saw.
and it was terrible. It was awful.
It's so cheesy.
So I mean, like live action and anime just never do well together.
so come back with oops.
It's either they don't do well together, or the people making them just don't care.
I just wondering how well ones like that did in Japan, though. I mean, just because we don't like it,
Well, I mean, like when we do comic book to TV,
we didn't used to. It used to be pretty bad.
but with like the
I used to
Marvel
watch that
universe, they did an amazing job with it.
I used to watch a live action Spider-Man
have
TV
hope.
show in the 70s.
Ah, yeah. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
I
The big
have
roll
hope
Yeah.
that they can make an actual good
To turn the camera sideways,
version
make it look
of
like he's crawling on
Dragon
the building.
Ball
It was the
or
same with
One Piece or
Batman,
whatever.
and they
But
used to climb.
I think it has to be somebody like Jon Favreau who actually cared about the series.
Do you remember the one in Batman where Robin fell, but he threw the batarang down, and Robin caught it in his teeth, and he
Man,
used
what's the
his
guy's
teeth to
name
climb
that
back up.
made- What's the guy's name that made Clone Wars?
It's a good job you floss, Robin.
Dave Filoni. That's another one. He cared about the series. Is why the series was so good.
Well, he's over everything now. So everything.
But I'm just saying, like, they cared about it. That's why we got good content from them. I feel like live adaptation should be the same of anime. Is that a commercial still?
It's a PSA, I think, but it's probably an Odyssey PSA.
I gotta go back.
You've got like a minute and a bit.
There he is, Gardner Minshew. Check out the mustache.
That is,
He's got a beard going now. It was just a mustache. It's Minshew mania, man.
that's
He, I don't know if he still does. He actually lived in a van down by the river. He did. He's one of the, he's like
I think I heard about that guy.
he's like a California dude. Yeah, he's that guy. He's been on a bunch of teams, but this year, for the first time in a long time, like the majority of starting quarterbacks in the NFL got hurt. So it's a bunch of backups, including him.
Yeah.
They all decided to take a break.
Well, a lot of them got a
lovely
break, which is not good. Yeah, you don't want to break like that.
Give me
I'm
a
going to put
break,
one
a
into
Kit
Ox
Kat.
to give the oops. Can I use the oops? Is it?
No,
No.
you can't.
about the
you got
oomph?
to take it out of utility is what you got to do.
Why are we talking about the oomph?
Yeah, well, I have it in channel one.
If you're
so it's
playing
just
on one,
gonna- it's
yeah,
just
you're
gonna
playing
play.
on one, you're fine.
Chris, you could be like those hipster girls.
Yeah, but people living in a van now, it's like tiny houses, man. I mean, you
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
how they deck everything out, and
it is.
I mean,
tiny
go
house.
for it. It looks fun for other people.
all right, it is the time of the show where we get an oops. And oops is usually a guy who got arrested or a girl who got arrested. Usually a girl, a guy who does something pretty stupid. And sometimes you can't tell, and they
That's
do
why
something
women
really,
live longer.
they
Yeah.
do something really, I didn't mean you couldn't tell. I mean, you couldn't tell if it was, anyway. So,
Although
Yeah.
2024, you
yes,
just sometimes.
it's whatever they think they are that day.
Yeah.
So anyhow, a man
so
is
young.
arrested. This is an Alabama man. An Alabama man.
I'm down in
Roll Tide
Alabama.
is behind bars after he reportedly walked into a Bass Pro Shop
Roll
and
Tide.
did this. What did he do, Odie? He walked
He
into a Bass Pro
probably-
Shop and did what?
Grabbed a gun and loaded it.
No. You're going to the extreme there.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Okay.
although a gun may have been involved. All right, Tim, a man in Alabama walked into a Bass Pro Shop and did this and got arrested.
The Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
The shrine that Odie,
I was there today, actually. Yeah.
he loves the Bass Pro Shop.
ate worms.
Ate worms. Okay, that's not what he did. Cameron.
He grabbed a fishing rod and went fly fishing and caught somebody.
All right, Chris says he stole the fish. No.
I know what he did.
All right,
yes, I know what he did. He went to do this.
He
was doing this.
here's what he did. He stripped naked.
And he jumped into
He
the
jumped
pool.
into the aquarium.
Yes.
Um,
I've wanted to do that so many times.
really?
Yes.
Just an impulse to just get okay.
Your
yeah.
head is a terrifying
Yeah,
thing.
I want
would
to
ra-
go fishing and I want to see because they have the big aquarium with the big fish and I want to catch one of them and just go, look what I caught.
Yeah,
Bass
while-
Pro Shop,
while na-
1995.
while naked.
Yes, why not?
might
Okay, well
catch him
this guy
somewhere
was
else.
naked when he jumped in.
I agree.
Okay,
I
all right.
listen. I like his sentiment, and I wish to subscribe to his newsletter.
Okay, well, it's Leeds resident George Owens, 42, was taken into custody Thursday night after the skinny dipping incident,
I
which
know
occurred
him well.
just before the store closed, says Leeds Police Chief Paul Irwin. Prior to that, Owens crashed his vehicle into a pole in the Bass Pro Shop parking lot. Irwin adds, it was there that he took off his clothes, leaving them on the ground when he entered the store. When officers arrived, Owens refused to get out of the tank, according to his arrest report. At one point, officers managed to convince him to climb out, but then he jumped back in. The report reveals he was very erratic and was saying a lot of nasty things to the officers.
What if he
said
could have
Irwin.
if they could have just tased the water?
No, because then you kill all the fish.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt the fish. I mean, it's not their fault.
But you
No,
know,
we're not with him.
but saying that, like, I mean, we've all tried skinny dipping. Well, some of us have. Well, okay, I've been skinny dipping. And you kind of, that there's fish in the water. So, like, I mean, when
You
a
gotta be
guy,
careful.
you got to be careful.
Trey, you are so wrong. So you can join us on the stream at YouTube, Twitch, the X, or Facebook. Trey says,
Yeah.
I regrettably saw the video on Twitter. He might have a case for lack of evidence.
Oh my God, that is a sick burn.
Yes, that is. Yeah. That's
the
what do you got?
water.
Yeah.
Listen, the water was cold, and he was just
Mark says, guys, he wasn't naked. He was naked.
Naked.
That bull was naked. Tim, have you ever thought about stripping naked and jumping into an aquarium?
Let me think.
Maybe you were at Myrtle.
Not consciously.
Maybe you went to Myrtle Beach and you were, at Ripley's and you
why
you saw
Beach?
Because they have a Ripley's
but why?
aquarium there.
There's lots of aquariums. Why not? Why
They have an aquarium in Atlanta too.
Yeah, well, I don't know which direction you go. The only one I know of is the one in Myrtle Beach.
Look, which aquariums do you skinny dip in?
Yeah, I mean,
I can't
if you're going to
say
skinny
that
dip, you're
I
not going to
can't-
do it in Atlanta.
I can't say that I have ever thought about skinny dipping.
Oh, so
with
you're saying that's where you skinny dip?
whales and dolphins and I mean, like that's just I don't even know why you would.
You didn't think you didn't yell, scream, call me Adam, and just dive in there. I mean,
Me, Adam.
call me Adam. No, I've never thought of that.
Do you know there's certain rivers in the Amazon where if you go skinny dipping in it, there's a wee little fish that will actually go up and it locates, doesn't matter the size, small, big or large, it'll find and it'll swim up your stream and it'll go inside and it'll nest.
A catheter fish.
Yes, a catheter fish. And it will
let's
nest
go with the
inside
catheter fish.
It will nest inside you and then all of a sudden everything just falls off.
I was going to ask, so you turn into an illithid. You won't get the reference.
Nope.
Yes.
It's
Play Baldur's Gate 3.
Play Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, all your stuff falls off and you turn into a squid creature. But
well, no, because it's only one thing.
I think in this case it's called eunuchism.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say Jack Sparrow.
Castration by fish.
That's a terrible thing.
Yeah, castration by fish. Why
is
not?
it really castration though?
Well, it is. If everything's gone.
No, because castration is taken off.
All right, sex change by fish.
There you go.
Okay, all right.
Possibly.
But you can't have a sex change without being castrated.
Well, no, because I think they just pushed them up inside you.
No. You got to cut things off. I mean, is there a doctor listening? We need exact details of how.
We need very exact details, and you need to text
them
in to 71307 so Tara can read it on Monday.
Line.
Use small words, please.
Otherwise known as the gun.
Not for Tara, but for
Use
Odie.
the small words for me because I have problems reading it. My brain bone don't work too good on a Saturday night.
There's a brain bone? Is
Hey,
that an
Tim,
Irish thing?
I do got my brain bone.
Okay.
You know what Odie's wearing?
Nothing.
He's
I don't
wearing
think
his
I want to know what Odie's wearing.
Well, besides that, he's wearing his glasses.
Oh, he is wearing his glasses.
It's
I got new glasses.
It's an old joke.
I got new glasses.
Where are they?
Oh,
What's the
they're.
joke?
He knew he
they
didn't
got-
have to
they gotta
read.
tell me that they got them back in.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
It takes like 2 weeks to get
Another
your
big
glasses
hour
back
to come
you
up.
guys.
We are going to we've got a flaccid stories. We've got other stuff. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here
Other
on News Talk
stuff.
98.9 WORD.
The voice of the other stuff.
Yeah, the other stuff, the other things. Yeah, right here. And stay tuned.
Here,
We're live on the stream still.
Live. Season 2. Stuff of others.
That's like thieving, isn't it?
Possibly. I don't know.
Do you skinny dip in Conisty Lake?
I don't know where Conisty Lake is.
You probably skinny dip in Lake Greenwood. I'm glad that didn't spill. That would have been bad.
That's why I carry drinks with lids.
I almost
As do
unintentionally got skinny dipped,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense.
Yes.
So,
Your old buddy Tim.
well, I ziplined across the lake. The lake really wanted my pants.
Lakes are like that. They really are.
And yeah, sometimes it just be like
The
that,
lakes
bro.
are very forward.
Aren't they?
It's like, no lakes. I want my pants
All right.
still on.
We got to talk about them aliens. Have you seen the
Aliens?
video? You guys need to look up the Miami video.
bro.
Miami aliens.
Are you talking about the mall aliens?
Yes.
The mall aliens.
Yes.
I have not seen it
The
yet. But I
Grays.
did hear
Look
about
at how many cops are there. That many cops don't show up for
Bro.
just for rioting children.
Well, that's because they're trying to sell it.
What?
Yeah, a plane decompressed.
So a decompressing plane can make you naked?
Yes.
They'll rip all your clothes off.
And then you can go skinny
That's what
dipping.
they just said.
Yeah.
It ripped his kid. I did not know that. 55 years on this here earth, and that's the first time I've ever heard that.
Plane can make you naked.
A plane can make you naked.
Adios, Chris. Doom, doom, doom,
I
doom,
don't see
doom,
no
doom.
videos on this.
Did you look up Miami Mall alien?
Here we go.
Nobody knows how to Google but me. I'm just.
Oh my gosh,
You see how many cops?
bro!
There's a lot of cops.
That's like the end of the
They
Blues
were on
Brothers.
board
It's
that
just-
night.
No. Have you seen it?
No.
How many cops?
I'm waiting for something to save, and then I'll take a look at it.
There's like 5 of them, like all lined up.
There's like 100 cop
Yeah,
cars
there's
there.
like 100 cop cars.
Yeah,
out there,
it's
dude.
it's weird.
Well, I'm going to look down in a second as soon as.
All right, boys, the aliens are here. Let's take them out.
Yes, Mark, more cops than the OJ chase. Absolutely.
The alien pops out of the
Yeah.
ball and just goes, "Oh, whoa, guys,
That's a lot of
Dude, I
cops.
thought the new Nikes just dropped. I mean, come on.
why don't you get some Air Jordans, bro?
I'm a sneakerhead. Just here trying to get,
Oh, I'm not wearing my disguise right now, am I?
yeah. Forgot to wear my meat suit.
Hey, Glorg,
Glorg?
I need some help.
It's as much of a muchness. If I go to Anderson, it's. Yeah.
Go
much
to
of a
Anderson. What are you talking?
To the cinema.
Oh, okay. All right.
'Cause I'll
I thought
miss-
you were looking up the Miami.
No, I'll miss.
We're on the alien train.
Has anybody seen Night Swim? Is it good, bad, or indifferent?
Bro, this is
Not
pretty-
seen
it's
Nice
okay.
One, no.
This is not the actual video. I hope not.
You should look up Miami.
I'm doing
Mall
it.
Aliens. I mean, you got.
Well,
like,
that's
couple
what I
of-
looked up.
No, you already seen it. He has not. You saw all the cops. There's video of a 10 to a 10.5 foot creature, supposedly a gray, walking down the street. It's in there. It's kind of gray.
Oh, look. That's 8 minutes.
Uh,
I just want to see. Oh, there it is.
It was everywhere, and it was trending across the world.
I know.
What happened?
That was weird. He took it. He was trying to listen to the sound, so he took it. So he said me, and then I'm doing this interrupting thing, and it's going to, it's one of those things. So you hear me talking, and I'm talking on there, and I'm just like it's repeating. And so when I do that, then it's just like a lot of confusion because there's so many things happening at once, and it sounds like maybe if the world was going to come to an end, that's what it would sound like.
You could just do it on your phone.
Why you need to hear the sound for anyway?
Where's the phone?
You could just do it on your phone. Like so you could hear it.
Ah, that's a fake.
My shadow, Kevin? You mean
No,
my
that's the problem
son?
I'm having. I'm finding a bunch of fake videos.
Or
That's
you talking about
nice.
Tim?
We
It's
talking
not that
about
it's-
like
no, it's
like
just
a king shadow kind of thing, or are we talking about like a
the
46
aliens.
and 2? Is that the Tool song?
46 and just
No,
ahead of me?
I'm being an idiot. There's the one song about going through your shadow. which
Me
is
and my
actually-
shadow.
What is the psychologist who had the?
You ever seen that movie?
He was Carl Jung.
Me and my shadow. Sounds
The
familiar.
Shadow.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah,
He had
it
this
was.
hat on him and he had the
The
coat
shadow
all up and he was
knows.
like, I'm the shadow. All right, you have fun there being the shadow.
Yeah, bro.
Have you ever watched that commercial and realized that's actually a Kid and Play? Right there, that commercial.
How is it? It actually is.
Yeah, I saw it a couple times before I finally caught on who it was because the one because he doesn't have the hair, and that's what he's recognized for was the huge hair. No, Kid and Play.
It's over now.
Kid and Play were a rap group back in the 90s.
Yeah,
and
I know. What
they
you're talking
had
about.
a bunch of movies called House Party.
You know that the Monkees were a big influence on the
They have a
Beatles.
dance too.
Yes, that's me, Kevin. That's my cousin drew those. We've got several of those, or a couple of those.
By the way,
Oh,
the shadow
great.
is Carl Jung's theory, I believe.
I need to stand up.
Jung, my bad.
There's also Captain America. Chris Evans is in the middle of that poster. I had a commission and I pay for it because no one would pay for it around here. So yeah. Good evening,
the shadow
Doomsday
is out.
Podcast.
It's the Doomsday
Welcome-
Podcast.
Welcome in.
You aren't bringing anything with you, are you?
You can if you want.
Is there like a clock going on right now? That's
Oh, we're on
maybe
hour 2.
It's a very,
clock.
it's a
Yeah.
very round package.
because you're
they
half
have with them.
asleep.
Yeah, I know I have no clock.
There's a clock right there to your left, goofball.
I don't pay attention. to
You also
that
have a clock on your
That
phone.
clock's always wrong.
Is it?
Yes.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Used to be a third hour nerd hour. Now it's just hour number 2. But, you know, where we get nerdier, supposedly. I don't even know if that's possible, but I suppose it is. There have been moments where I went, man, that is the nerdiest thing I've ever said. And I was so proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool. If you want to be a part of the show, text line is 71307.
Tree.
Tree, if you're of a certain persuasion. Also, you can check us out. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and the X, the first ones in the building to do it. Other people copy, never as good as what we are. They just are not. Well, welcome in, Doomsday. It just does. I don't know how to say it where it doesn't sound weird, but that's fine. That is fine.
I like to think that we were just talking about aliens landing,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden Doomsday came up, and then we talked about Doomsday. And
Yeah, but
then,
we haven't talked about the aliens on the air. So
yeah.
yeah.
'cause
Well, we talked about it on the stream. So there's a big deal over the last couple of days where an alien went to buy some shoes and he walked out the mall and like 300 cops showed up. I mean, it's not fair. You were trying to just buy you some sneakers.
Yeah, just trying to
You
get
go
a
in
new,
there.
Looking for some Adidas.
Yeah, I mean, you go
new
in,
pair of kicks.
you get
and you're
some-
Just,
you need some new shoes. You're going to hit the gym. You got many legs.
why would you hit Jim? He's a nice guy.
No one likes Jim.
No
Come
one
on.
likes Jim.
Yeah, Jim is a punk, man. Anyway, so
Earthworm
Jim?
Jim.
So if you check it out, go just Google like Miami Mall alien. So supposedly there's a 10.5-foot alien out there, a gray, just walking around. And there's a lot of cops, and the cops have said it's because there was a riot. And there you will see a lot of teenage boys running out of there, which they would if they saw a 10.5-foot alien. Here's what I say.
The alien caused them the riot.
Why you need that many
Ah.
cops for a riot unless you were bored? And the other thing is,
They were bored, bro.
yeah, I've seen riots before, unfortunately.
I predict a riot.
Yes. Thank you. Please don't sing that song. If there were in fact a 10.5-foot gray walking out the mall, of course they're going to say that it was a riot or something. I mean, they're going to cover it up with the.
No, why would they though? Because has the government not come out and said, okay, look, we've been keeping this a secret since
No,
1954.
they have not.
There is aliens.
No, what they have said is
There
that
are
there's
U-
something in the
UAPs
skies.
or
Is what they have
Yeah,
said.
that
That's
they
all
cannot.
they have said.
They cannot explain
Ah.
what it is.
Is it Lucy?
It could
Must
be.
be.
With
Is she in the
diamonds?
sky?
It must be.
Yeah.
Picture yourself on a boat on a river, and
I
Did
prefer to
you-
be in an octopus's garden. in the
no.
shade.
But have you ever heard William Shatner's version
Yes.
of Lucy in the Sky with
It's
Diamonds?
amazing.
It
Eleanor
is
Rigby.
amazing.
Also, in case you don't know who William Shatner is, you're listening to the
Why?
wrong show.
Wrong.
There's some people. He's going to be live at South Carolina Comic Con April 6th and 7th at the convention center here in Greenville. So you
So-
should come check it out.
Many years ago, I hugged the president of Ireland. Right, he was walking his dogs.
That's why you're in America now.
No.
I knew it.
That's what
I
happened.
knew it. I knew it.
He
So
got
the president-
deported.
So the president of Ireland is a small little man. He looks like a hobbit. I love him, but he does. He looks like a hobbit. His name is
He's
Michael.
got hairy feet.
Probably.
Okay.
His name is
New
Michael
Ireland was
D.
a shire.
Higgins, right?
Does he know
hold on,
second
hold on,
breakfast
hold on,
is?
Here's what you gotta do. His name is Michael D. Higgins. So go look up Michael D. Higgins, president of Ireland. He looks like a hobbit, but he walks out with the general public. Now he has his bodyguards with him,
Uh-huh.
but you can actually get up and shake his hand.
Are they also hobbits?
Yes.
Okay.
I got so excited. I actually ran towards him. I kind of forgot everything that I was. I hugged him, bear hugged him, picked
Oh
him
my
up.
god!
I picked him up and I said, Michael D, I love you. And
Oh, God.
see, he looks like a hobbit.
Let me see. Let me
He's
see.
so
Let me
tiny.
see.
Bro, he looks
Yeah.
like Bilbo.
Oh, wow.
I told you.
Wow.
I could like put him in my
He looks
pocket or
like
something.
Bilbo.
I physically hugged him, told him I loved him, to which a big burly bouncer bodyguard put his hand on my shoulder and he says, you want to put that president down fairly lively. And I was like, oh, sorry about that. Then I was talking to the president in Irish because he's a fluent Gaeilgeoir, he's an Irish speaker. And the guys were all like, oh, okay, you mean no harm. I was like, I'm sorry, I just got excited and I needed to hug him.
I'm just large and excitable. I apologize.
So you imagine 6 foot me hugging 5'2" him. Yeah.
I would have been like, I thought he was Bilbo.
He was.
What I would have said.
He
Yeah.
is Bilbo.
So
Mr.
what you're
Baggins!
saying is they should have hugged the alien.
Should have hugged the alien.
Hug the alien. Okay, grab. He's 10'5", so I mean you're like grabbing his knee. I
Yeah,
suppose.
I'll grab an alien knee.
Okay, all
I
right.
just like watch
more
my
like-
head.
Just you can keep your head to the outside.
Keep it to the side.
Well, maybe because
Go
we
left.
don't know. We don't. Anatomy
I was
could
gonna
be
say,
something
it
totally
seems more
different
like
there.
waist,
yeah,
but, you
so-
know,
Could be on his
yeah,
index finger.
yeah, it could be. It could be.
On his
Absolutely. We'll find out someday.
That got
So
really out of control there.
So,
really.
I mean, we don't do politics here, but a lot of times these things happen right around the time that something bad's about to happen to whoever might be in a certain office or something. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But all I know, and I'm going to continue to say,
Yes,
that's a lot of cops.
that's a lot of cops.
That is
That's a lot of cops.
Maybe they were after opening a new Dunkin' Donuts.
To be called for no reason.
You say that. I'm not going to be disparaging to any police in the area. We love them to find
do,
outstanding
and I will-
and
You know,
they keep the peace.
they do keep the peace.
They do. They do.
They made sure that the alien kept his piece. I just
Maybe
if it was legitimately an
They
alien,
made
it's
sure
like
he got his Nikes, bro.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't think
mean,
my disguise is working right
And his
now.
flat bill.
And he's what?
Yeah, because you
his
got to have
flat
one of
bill.
those. Yeah.
His
Yeah.
what?
You
With
know
his
the
name
flat bill.
engraved into it.
Yeah, it's a hat.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
It's a hat.
yeah.
It's not like a duck bill. It's kind of.
like-
Nah, it's a flat bill.
tilted slightly to the
I
side.
miss
You
my
know,
flat bills. I might cut my hair just so I can wear my flat bills.
You know,
No, you won't.
the first
Come
time I
on.
saw
I might.
the first time I saw one of
I'll
them
come up in
duckbill
here with a
platypuses, was like
snapback.
when you actually see one.
Yeah,
in
they're
real life,
creepy looking. They
when,
really are.
When you see one in
Yeah.
real life, and you're just like, really? I thought
No,
the Australians were just like messing with us, and you see one, it's like, all right,
You see
That's-
one and you go, "There's Perry."
did
That's
you
what
see
you're
a
saying.
German scientist nearby?
Yeah, Doofenshmirtz was he
I
there?
actually did, and I didn't put 2 and 5 together.
Yes, because that would be 7. It's
Ugh.
just, yeah, it's I don't know. It's
And that's an odd number.
I've seen duckbill
A very
platypi,
high
I believe, is the
Platypi.
plural
Bye.
at the Columbus Zoo back in the day, and was
fairly
like,
odd number.
this is, did they like sew that thing together? That's not supposed to. Why is it got that part? What? I don't know what's going on.
God hit the randomize button.
I'm scared, man.
Random.
It's just
Yeah.
like, all right, this one. Eh.
Let's make it look like a beaver with a bill, and then give it web feet, and then we'll make it lay some eggs.
It's like
Look, I
Mars.
feel like I've been reasonable with like Europe, Asia, and America. Let's get crazy with Australia. Let's do it.
Yeah, I really think that when he was making Australia, he was just like, you know what? Everything can kill you. Everything.
We'll see. They're going to put critical criminals here. Let's just throw some weird animals.
Yeah,
down
I know
there,
what's
too.
going to happen
Throw
here.
some dingoes and some platypus. And,
Don't
yeah.
ever
And
make the mistake that I
kangaroos
made
can
in
box
Australia
you.
about dingoes. No,
Yeah,
no,
they're
no.
not dogs.
No, they're not dogs.
They are not dogs.
I got drunk and tried to hug one, but
Is that the same thing that happened with the Irish?
Were you
yeah,
wearing a
dude.
shirt that said free hugs?
there's
Yeah.
kind of
You got to stop
Yeah.
hugging
Yeah.
things that put you in dangerous situations, like
there's yeah,
Irish presidents, dingoes. Did you try and hug a kangaroo?
Yeah, I
That
did.
makes sense.
And still, no, I tried to hug a kangaroo in Australia Zoo in 2004.
Mhm.
The owner of Australia Zoo at the time was Steve Irwin, right?
Okay.
Steve Irwin actually came up to me and said, "Hey, sorry, mate, don't hug your don't hug the kangaroos, mate. They're gonna box you in the eye."
See that? I don't know if he really did this or not.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
mean,
You never know.
Yeah,
I
I don't,
have-
I don't know.
Why are you here?
Yes.
I have photographic evidence of the kangaroo.
Yeah, because Photoshop does not exist.
not in 2004, it didn't.
I think
It
it,
does
did
now.
exist.
We'll have to
in
look through the
2004.
properties and stuff.
I'm
and
pretty sure it
verify
was around 2004, just not as accessible. I don't know.
You can digitize any photo now.
So
Throwing out a shrimp on the barbie, mate.
did you tell Steve Irwin to be careful when he's swimming?
You could have saved him, Odie.
I could have, but you see, I'm not a time traveler, so I didn't
You
know.
sure?
No, here's the thing.
He might be.
I am sorry that I asked you a question, because usually when we ask you a question, there needs to be an intro for when we ask you a question.
Maybe after we do this, we can then do that. and
No,
then we'll
I
the
wanted to
other.
do fine. I guess we're taking a break.
We're taking a
I've
break.
lost all control here. You listen to the Upstate Pulse, News Talk 98.9 WORD,
G'day, mate.
and
Anarchy.
Odie will hug anybody or anything apparently.
Free hugs.
Eh,
Getting it tattooed.
Voice of the Carolinas.
He's polyhugorous.
I know the guy that could do the tattoo too.
Free hugs.
Yeah.
I'll get it on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I know a guy will do it. My guitar player. He's good too.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. All that, and he got by a stingray. It was just so you just don't believe it that he died that way. You saw the reports like, what? No, man, that guy's not going to die like that.
It was a hit.
Yeah, it could have been a hit.
They paid off that stingray.
Yeah, well,
Stingray.
no, you can't.
Stingray.
Can't blame Stingray for doing what he does or she does. I don't know.
Yeah. Just an animal being an animal. Can't get
Are we
mad
coming
at
back
him
with
for
that?
Sure, let's do that.
That's when you kill it and eat it out of revenge.
I
I
mean,
want to
I'm
make sure we
down.
squeeze in enough time for Flash stories. Also,
I'm down. I love Steve Irwin.
you had something planned.
Look, Happy Gilmore
We'll
had
take
the best
a minute.
response
Okay,
to
all right.
this. You know the croc that got your hand? I got its head.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I haven't seen that movie in forever. I want to.
It's on Netflix.
Again.
It's on Netflix.
Everything's on Netflix, apparently.
I haven't seen that.
What?
Everything.
Everything?
What about All at Once?
Well,
Have you seen everything all at once?
Have you seen The Shadow? Alec Baldwin.
Is that the
that's
one
a
where
terrible movie.
It was pretty bad.
Talk to Kangaroo in 2004. That's funny.
So, you didn't say what size of the was the
It
kangaroo?
was a red kangaroo.
It was a what?
It was a red kangaroo. It's
A
like-
red kangaroo.
they're
What's,
six-
I don't know what.
They're
it,
like 6.5 foot.
are
is,
they?
huge.
is a
He was
blue
lying
kangaroo
down.
shorter?
Huh?
Is a blue kangaroo shorter?
No, you've got reds and you've got browns.
Huh?
The browns are about 4 foot and the reds are like 6 foot. The reds look like they're jacked up. Like they look like
I think I've seen some videos
they're
of
huge.
those.
But he was lying down and I kind of snuck
Did y'all
over to
see
him.
the
trying to
video?
video
hold
The
him.
Pinky
of
and the
guy that
Brain
ran up on
parody
the
of the
kangaroo
frog?
that
I
was
don't
trying
think
to
I
hurt
saw
a
that.
dog, and he
Yeah, that's what I
squared up
saw.
with him and
That's a
punched
red
him in the
kangaroo.
face?
Yeah. And
Dude,
he
I love that
he
video.
smacked the kangaroo.
Yeah, no, he squared up and punched him.
Look, you got to save your dog.
The kangaroo is like this.
Yeah, he's like, you shot me?
How dare?
How very dare you?
They all have like very deep British accents.
All right,
Oh,
ladies and
Jove,
gentlemen, if
you
you would like to
struck
get a jump on it, we're getting ready to do Ask Odie. So if you guys have any
I
questions,
actually have an Odie question now.
really,
I'm supposed to get my new
Cool.
glasses next week, though. It's either
You
this.
I'm going to ask Odie.
Yeah, next week. It should be Monday.
Yeah.
You got okay.
I'm getting sunglasses.
Nice.
Prescription sunglasses.
You know, the thing about
And
spontaneity
I know,
is
it's
it's so spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, it just happens. Like combustion.
Have a little bit of a spont.
Suddenly you're on fire. I mean,
Suddenly,
you know.
you're a sponge.
They're prescription.
I've only just had to do that because of Fight Club.
Carolinas.
Oh, that movie's on. Oh, I see that movie. I think it's on either Peacock or it's on.
I haven't been on Peacock in a while. There hasn't been any premium live events that I've
No,
been
he
able to
said
watch.
Fight
during that
Club,
time.
and I was like,
I still have never seen it. I mean, I know all
Really?
about. I know
Oh,
all
I
about
love
it.
that movie,
See, it's
bro.
one of those things when you know all about it, including the ending, and you know that some people don't really exist and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
I mean, what's the point in watching it? It's like Sixth Sense.
It's just
I know-
funny
I know-
watching
I know
people
he's
beat the
dead.
crap out of each other and then having a
What?
epiphany at the
He's
end
dead
of
in the
it.
Sixth Sense?
Great.
Mm. Yes, he's no longer alive, but his name was on the list.
Spoiler.
So I don't know if that means anything. you know.
What list?
Whose name was
Yeah.
on the list?
Bruce Willis.
Oh,
On what list?
That list.
the list.
The
The-
list?
The one that everyone's
Oh,
been talking
the
about.
ominous
That list.
list?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
that list.
Okay.
God, Tim. Come on, man.
I don't
I'm
Wait,
a peacock.
what?
Kevin. You gotta let me fly.
for everything.
I don't know where you got that idea. What the?
Whoa, that's some tricky wording on that question.
What's going on?
Okay, didn't see that one coming.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
All right, it is the time of the show when we ask Odie, and here's the reason why we ask Odie stuff, because Odie is from Ireland. I know. We've got some first-time listeners, and we've got some people
Okay.
are like, wait. He's not from Pickens? No, he is not from Pickens. He is from Ireland, and being from the peninsula of Ireland, he knows everything European. So anything you ask him European, he's going to ask, oh, dude, like, you know what? Yeah, my mom and
You're
my
just
wife
getting
have
your-
both stared at me that way. I don't care.
You're just getting your face closer into smacking distance.
Yeah. I mean, you came in
genius.
range right there. Look, you came in range. I could have. Don't touch me. All right, so let's ask Odie some questions. I have a question for Odie since you just brought it up. Is the Irish president elected,
Yes.
or is he like a king?
No, he's elected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Ireland ever used to have kings?
Yes, we had loads of kings, many kings. There was the high kings. There was like younger kings.
That's
and-
where
Were there
like
middle
castles
kings?
and stuff.
Yeah.
Was Sean Connery a king?
He's Scottish.
Okay. All right. So that would be no then.
Well, I mean, he was a king amongst himself.
Okay. All right.
He could have married in.
At least he didn't disparage Sean Connery. I mean, he could. I mean, because he wasn't British. So
I
he
love the
didn't
way
have to-
Sean Connery, no matter what he did, when he was in Highlander, he was Spanish, but he was like, "What is this haggis you talk about? Like you're Scottish." But you know, Sean Connery was just whatever he wanted to be.
They brought him back in Highlander too. It was weird. It was very strange.
Yeah, because he
'Cause
anyway.
it was because that, or was it 3 where you could actually wish for something, and then there was 4 where it was like it was all aliens, and it was just
Oh, it was the guys with the dreadlocks and all that
yeah.
stuff.
And I mean, whenever you bring Michael Ironside in, you know the franchise is almost over.
Oh, you know it's going to be.
when that guy comes into your
Mhm.
franchise, it's pretty much over.
Yeah. What else do you need to ask me?
Anybody?
I have a question.
okay.
Go for it.
Is it true? Is it true that leprechauns are a protected species in Ireland?
Yes,
Really?
Yeah.
Are they real?
100%.
Have you seen one?
I used to farm them.
Okay. All right.
I used to hunt them.
Used to hunt them.
Yeah.
Get out.
No,
Did you use a beige shotgun?
I did.
Well, I mean,
Along with a slingshot, a
I
boomerang.
always want to ask you that.
whether they're like
I saw a documentary on. It was a serious documentary on how leprechauns were a protected species.
well, leprechauns gave the salmon a knowledge. He's knowledge.
Who?
The salmon. Do you not know the salmon of knowledge?
Wait. What the heck is a salmon of knowledge?
Oh,
We've gone
Is he
over
like
the
a
salmon of
guru?
knowledge before.
Is he like Guru from Dragon Ball?
sit right back and I'll tell you a tale.
Oh no.
I'll tell you a marvelous tale. It's the salmon of knowledge. The salmon. He lived in the River Boyne back in the day, 2,100 years ago. He was the most knowledgeable of all the beasts and all the trees. A man by the name of Finnegas. He wanted to catch the salmon. He was waiting 7 long years to catch the salmon. He had his young boy called Finn McCool, and Finn McCool was going to cook the salmon for Finnegas. And Finnegas said, if you're going to cook that salmon, don't eat him. Whatever you do, don't eat him. And Finn McCool says, why would I eat him? Sure, Jesus, I'm not going to eat him at all. And Finnegas said, don't. But when he was cooking him, a blister came on the salmon's back. And Finn McCool said, I have to pop this blister because it doesn't look good. And Finnegas won't be happy. So when he popped the blister, all of the knowledge went into the burn on his finger. And he licked the burn and he got the
Ew.
knowledge. Yeah, he licked the burn and he got the knowledge of the salmon. And that is why Irish people are so knowledgeable about leprechauns and salmon, and we know how to fish, all because of Finn McCool and his burnt finger. And that is the word according to the leprechauns.
Pretty epic.
So
I'm going to leave the Cameron's playing really good today.
yeah, it was. I mean, he's been practicing. So, is there a pantheon of gods in Irish mythology?
Yes, there are. And I shall
Is
tell
this-
you all
the
about
salmon
them.
is one of them.
Salmon would be one of them, yeah.
Fairies.
I will tell you all about them next week.
Ah,
Fairy-
oh
fairy-
man, this is a
fairies fall into
continued.
that
It's
as well.
Yeah.
wow. That's a tease from a week from now.
A week tease.
Wow, it was a week tease.
It was
All
a
right,
week tease.
wow. Text line 71307 or check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the X at either Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. If you have any questions for Odie, or if you just want to ask about the salmon.
Yes. And the salmon was amazing.
So they don't call it salmon in Ireland? 'Cause
No.
there's some people here who call it salmon.
They do, but it's salmon.
Yes, but they're wrong.
What Doomsday wants to know what kind of flute that was.
It was it was a low whistle.
Yes, that's what that
it's
was.
called. It's called a low whistle. Go onto your interwebs and look up what a
That is
low whistle is.
That's a technical term, low whistle.
Yeah, low
I
whistle.
don't-
It's a key of D. That one. It's a key of D. Low whistle.
What's the, I don't know
okay.
if it's real or not, but it sounds like it's real because he's making it sound very.
Why do we
convincing.
question everything Odie does?
What's in the key of D?
He must have licked the salmon.
He did. He licked the salmon.
He was the boy in the story.
He was the story boy of the salmon. See, Tim is now listening to my low whistle.
That's the reason why he's done so many things. He's an immortal Irishman.
You almost
You
bought
weren't
it there. You
supposed
did. I saw it. Nobody
imagine
else saw
listening
it.
to this entire show without headphones
Well,
and
you know.
watching them. It's
Hey, at
pretty
least
funny.
at least you're here. So I'm glad you're here.
Sort of.
Texter 818 says, "Your OPN." Okay, I am
OP?
I'm European.
Oh,
He spelled
OP?
it your
Oh,
YOUROPEE.
I thought he
I
said you
am
were OP.
your
like
OPN.
overpowered.
European.
European,
We have a combined age of well over 100, and somebody says European.
Yeah, so whatever.
You
I mean,
contribute
you
a
know,
good bit
It's
of that,
true
right?
though.
hey, listen,
Find
if
the
you want to be
bathroom, bro.
grown up, you go somewhere else.
No, I
'cause we
haven't.
don't accept
Listen,
that here.
I have decided that I shall never grow up. I will get taller, but that's it.
Radio
Not anymore.
is the land of lost boys. That's what it is.
Yeah,
No
man.
one here wants to grow up.
Yeah, no. Why would you want to grow up? It's a
Yes.
trap. Go back.
Yeah. Do you think Charlie James is grown up?
Not even slightly.
Nope, he's not. He's not. And yeah, I mean that's where you go. Is radio is the place. So
But
if-
you see, Charlie can do that. Charlie is as ungrown up as the rest of us. But when he needs to, he's like,
yes,
Charlie James, I'm grown up.
Yeah, he
He's-
can be grown up when
he's,
he needs
uh,
to be,
He's
but-
multifaceted.
he's
He is.
versatile and he can.
Can you
bang.
get a cream
He's
for
chill,
that?
He's
Yeah.
chill though.
You know what? You know. What?
so?
Do you
But
think
have
we?
to hire
Do you
them
think
out.
we kissed up enough to get some more baked goods from Charlie?
I
Because
love-
that's all we're shooting for.
There is no ceiling
Hold
to
on,
the
hold on,
brown
hold on,
nosing
hold on.
I will do to get
Hold on,
more
hold on.
scones.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
The
man,
scones were good,
he's-
man.
he's
If you're
really
going
good
to
baker.
if you're going to
Really
eat
good.
Irish scones,
Oh, they're back
they
again.
need to be made by Charlie, the
I
amazing
haven't got to try the scones
James.
yet. Charlie, if
Uh,
you're listening, I want to try the scones.
on the stream, Doomsday wants to know how often is this show live? Just on Saturday nights. We've been here for nearly a decade, so we will continue at least for another year because we have a sponsor, and our sponsor is Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. Make sure you go over and check it out. They've got manga or manga, depending on who you are. They've got Funko Pops. They've got statues, which I've been collecting a ton of statues. They've got D&D stuff, including dice, figurines, books, all that kind of stuff. They have comic books too. I don't know if you knew, it's a comic book store that has comic books.
I had no idea.
And they also have a big deal coming up in April. Cannot wait for South Carolina Comic-Con. It gets bigger every year. We have watched this from the beginning, near the beginning, go from like 1 room to 2 rooms to like 3 rooms.
It's like watching a
and
nerdy garden blossom.
It is. It absolutely is. So if you are listening to us in North Carolina or Georgia, because we have a bunch of new listeners there since our signal has gotten humongous, plan a trip down to the upstate of South Carolina to Greenville and come hang out with us at South Carolina Comic-Con. We're going to
Give
keep
hugs.
pushing it because William Shatner's going to be there. Danhausen's going to be there. Jim Lee is going to be there, and they're still going to be announced. Usually Rob Young will come on the show and make some announcements that he hasn't made anywhere else. Haven't seen him lately because we keep missing each other in the store, but I'm going to reach out to him and get him back on soon because it will be here before you know it. Absolutely. And speaking of before you know it, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got some flaccid stories, and we're going to hit the Nerd Roundtable. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. And we're in the club. But Tim's not, because he can't hear it.
Yeah, get it, Tito. Shake your booty. Your
I get to turning my mic off
Yeah.
because I was dancing.
Dinah Popo.
When I am dancing, I cannot turn it off.
And when you can,
Well, I don't want to.
didn't.
What are you doing? Where'd he go? Yeah, but you're behind me.
Why
Don't
are
do
you
that.
pacing?
Why not?
What are we coming back with?
Flaccid
Because I'm
stories.
fine sitting down here.
Is there a thing for? Yes, there is.
Yes, because you played it last week.
You're like it's like you're the bad guy making the good guy nervous. And
He's a bad guy in every Bruce Willis movie.
Pacing?
Yes.
I don't know why I do that.
So it's just all right. Let me give you a
Charlie used to hate when I did it.
It's kind of
Well,
well when you don't like someone being behind you because you were back there for a while. I didn't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's kind
You just
of.
have to look in your screen and you'll see what
I could have done that, but that's too high tech
I know
for
I'm
me.
evil, but I'm not that evil.
Hey, Dad.
Okay?
evil.
look into your screen.
You will see there's no one here but Tim behind you. I can't
You're
tell.
gonna make me leave the room, okay? Okay, that's what you're gonna do. Because Brian Adams is torture. What I understand, he's not a very good person either. So there's that.
I mean, he's Canadian, right?
Exactly.
Just don't tell me it's not
As
worth
Rob
dying
Brown
for.
told me, Canada
Tell me
is
it's not worth
America's
fighting
hat. And I will always think of Canada as America's hat now. I don't know if he made it up, but I'm going to give him credit for
I mean,
it.
it's a good one.
It is.
I was called you Rob. Odie,
Yeah.
that's your name.
Well, it is now. Go on.
He saw it. He saw the video.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, he saw the video of me singing Everything I Do it for you. When I lost a bet.
me not what
It's a floating
dying
face in
for.
the side and my hair and all that. Yeah. I mean,
it's
By the
if
way,
if you're going to pay up on a bet, you pay up on a bet.
by the way,
everything I
you
do.
are one of the few people I know who can lose a bet and fail upwards.
Fail up. That's me. I fail upwards all the time.
It's also, I will say,
That's why I'm
a,
in radio. That's why. I mean, there's just so many things.
a lot of people
I'm
describe
on
Buggy
the
the Clown
radio.
that way, that he fails upwards.
He does. He's like an emperor now, at least.
Zod. Oh yeah, that film. That was a good film. The Flash. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was underrated.
Glad Matthew's not here because he would be sneering at you right now.
All I'm going to say
He would
is
snicker.
And Tim hates DC. So
It
Tim
pushed all the
absolutely
buttons.
hates DC.
No,
yeah,
I
but it was a
don't.
brighter version of DC. It was funny.
No, I don't. I don't hate them.
Did you watch The Flash, the new one?
Yes, I watched The Flash.
Did you enjoy it?
he's rolled his eyes.
He rolled his
He rolled his
eyes.
eyes.
That's
I
a
mean-
big 10-4, Rubber Ducky.
I mean, it's not
Who's
bad.
Rubber
It's
Ducky?
just not my favorite.
It's a
I love Smallville.
it's a
10-4,
reference.
come on. Is it what?
I said it's
I
a reference.
absolutely enjoyed
Alright.
Smallville.
That's what I said. It's a
Yeah, I
reference.
know,
What
but
do
I
you
heard
think
something else.
But
Because
not
I said
because of
reference.
Superman,
No, yeah,
just
they said
because of
reference.
Yeah, when you
He's
think
my
you heard
favorite.
something else, remember it's me. So you
Yeah, I
probably
know, I
it's
did.
probably not what you thought.
10-4, come on. We got a
There's
suicide
a song
jockey.
called
Hold up.
Rubber Duck.
No, there's a song called Convoy.
Convoy, my bad. All right, so I got it wrong. Look at him. Get all
Going
angry
on
with me.
trucks, this here's the duck. We're
Odie?
about to go hunting bear.
It's Chris Christopherson, right? Actually, no, it wasn't. He was in the movie. I think he was in the movie. I don't think he sang the song.
McCoy. Something
Yeah,
McCoy.
yeah, I think you're right.
Leonard McCoy.
No, I don't think it was Leonard McCoy. I don't think Spock sang that.
See, Mark gets
Yeah,
it.
Mark, he does. He really does hate DC. We do the disdain.
Apart from the Flash.
Y'all can think what
You're
you want.
seething.
And we will.
You are
You
seething
think what you
with
want.
rage.
I don't have a problem with DC. I love some of my favorite characters are from DC.
What?
I said your hair was pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, before we get to the flaccid story for this week, shout out to Jacob, who's on the stream, says, hate they're remaking anime. Dude, One Piece wasn't bad.
Bro,
I mean,
I'm right there with
it,
you.
it wasn't bad. There's been some stuff like Death Note and things like that were not that
Death
good.
Note was awful.
Yeah, but there's been they're getting better at it because what they're doing, like with One Piece, they're
When I-
involving the person who wrote it.
Look, when I saw Light Yagami, well, he's not Light Yagami. I think he's Light Turner in the movie. And when I saw him scream like a little girl and like, no, that's not Light Yagami.
Wasn't Willem Dafoe like
He
the
was.
Willem
Shikigami?
Dafoe was awesome.
Yeah, he was. He was.
He was
pretty good.
awesome. That's the only good thing I can say about that. movie.
Light.
Everything
Yes.
else was terrible.
All right.
Lisa Amane, all of them.
All right,
of it was terrible.
so this portion of the show usually has to. It was one of the OGs of the show. Like I said, we've been around for about a decade. We've went through. There's a guy back here on the poster behind me. His name is Patrick Brown. Did not like words, certain words. Flaccid was a word he did not like, which is why you hear us say flaccid all the time, because it would just make him look irpy. My job for a while, I thought, was to make Patrick throw up till I almost did. And then I realized that someone would have to clean that up.
Yep.
I mean, it's like he had to make the vomit crawl back up.
The trash can is right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Right
Yes,
there,
because you
right.
never know when you're going to need it.
You had to clean it up?
Yeah. Well, if I caused I would have felt like I had to clean it
Obligated.
up. Yeah. I just, well, what am I going to do? Say, hey, you clean it up.
I
Yeah.
made him clean
I
it
mean,
up.
technically I
The
could
guy that
do
did
that.
it.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I would have done.
I could do that as the manager, but I would not do that. So
You-
anyway,
you go out of your way to make him throw up. and
there were a lot of
"Oh,
words.
clean it."
We found out he didn't like pork rinds, so we made microwave pork rinds. I mean, I got him.
Microwaved pork rinds?
Yeah, you haven't seen those?
No.
It's like microwave popcorn, but it's pork rinds. It's actually pretty good, but it will leave a stench in wherever you're making it at.
Pork rinds are so good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
they are.
I
No, they
agree.
are. But
I
I
agree.
mean, fish
Yeah.
is good. But if you microwave
Pork
fish,
rinds
Yeah,
are
yeah.
like the best thing.
I'm sure they still have that because we got that, and he did not enjoy it. Also brought him elf snot, and he didn't enjoy that either.
That was the
yeah, that was near the
that was the turning point.
that was the turning point. The elf snot.
Is it the name?
It was for
or
the-
is it
It was for the
substance?
Christmas special, which, by the way, if
The
you're new
name,
to the
the
show,
texture.
we see a lot of people new to the show. You should check out. 2 weeks ago, we did the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special. It was great. You should go back and check it out. Even the train wrecks were funny. But elf snot it's just slime, but it's labeled elf snot, and it's green. And had him put his fingers in it, and it was.
Look,
Yeah, it
it,
was
it
not
took
one.
a lot of care to get that.
It did.
I want you to
Yeah,
know.
I bet it did. This time of year, a lot of people get sick.
You ever
All
try
right.
to milk an elf's nose?
All right.
With a plunger?
All right.
Many plungers.
Can we get to the flaccid story, please? Can we?
Yeah,
we?
please.
All right. So
please.
a customer, and I think we did this story before because this is an old story, but for some reason it came back up. I think because the lawsuit is really going forward. A customer has filed a negligence lawsuit against Dunkin' Donuts, claiming he was injured by an exploding toilet at one of the coffee's chains location in Central Florida. Florida and Ohio are one of those are states where they can't hide stories like this. They have to report them because of what their state laws are.
Would you not report it?
Well, absolutely.
I would.
Paul Carriok.
Your toilet
I
exploded.
think this guy
on
might be from Canada. Paul Carriok is seeking more than $100,000 in a lawsuit filed Wednesday in state court in Orlando, claiming he suffered severe and long-term injuries following the explosion of a toilet in the men's room of Dunkin' location in Winter Park, Florida, a year ago. After the explosion left Curry covered in human feces, urine, and debris, he walked out of the men's room seeking help, also known as the men's room, seeking help from workers and the store's manager. According to the lawsuit, an employee told him that they were aware of the problem with the toilet. Since there had been previous incidents, the lawsuit says, without diving into further details about the explosion. Okay, so where did the shrapnel go? That's what I mean. Have you ever had a toilet break on you before? Like if you're replacing a toilet or maybe you just happen to be at a junkyard and you're like chucking things at something and look, oh, there's a toilet. Let me see if I can break it or something like that. It's just,
I thought the story
So what
reported
you're saying-
that he had shrapnel embedded in it
right,
from the
but that's what I'm saying.
So he got lethal weapons.
But yeah, he did. Except for
It went off.
there was no bathtub. Yeah, he's still a dude as far as we know. So
I really
we can
wanna
roll that
say-
part out.
I really
Yeah.
want to say something here, but I'm not sure if I can. But I think I can, but I don't know.
You should probably err
Yeah,
on
the
side
room
of
got
caution.
really silent because
We all know.
Yeah, I did.
I'm not going to say it.
Okay,
So-
good
so
for
is it
you.
like
Good
He
for you.
literally blew the toilet up.
So my thing is, my first thought was, okay, this is as a result of what he was doing in the toilet caused it to explode.
Mhm.
Because in one instance, yeah, you won a suit for the $100,000, but the same, aren't you proud of that? I mean,
How hard?
No.
no, you're not proud that you blew the toilet.
How?
I mean,
how
yeah,
hard?
man.
I mean, come on.
I think
come
I
on,
would be.
Come
There
on,
would be a
dudes.
tinge
We're
of
dudes.
proud in there.
We are dudes.
How hard?
You are proud. You are bragging about that.
Oh yeah,
Odie,
100%. I
yeah.
literally blew
My-
up a bathroom once.
My fellow man of science.
Yeah.
How hard would you have to poop to shatter a toilet?
You didn't.
What's the amount? Like,
All right.
It would kill you.
All right.
wouldn't it?
Here, first of all, I'm guessing this was a large man. So because the gases would have no place to escape, and because of that, because I'm guessing he was a large man, the
Do you
buildup
reckon that
had to
formed?
gas has to expand, right? It just, I
Well,
mean, so
I have to say,
it couldn't go back up inside the dude, probably.
No, so here's the
Maybe
thing.
he didn't cover the seat properly, so the gas is.
No.
built
Oh, he
up in the
covered the
bowl.
seat because he's a large man.
See, here's the thing. So right. If he was a large guy, right, he would have formed a seal over the seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then if he was a large guy and if he was having a hard time,
Yes.
he would have had maybe he would have perspired a little bit. So he would have had, sweat on his body.
Yes.
And then it would form a proper tight seal. So there was nowhere
film
for it
of
to go.
sweat
A
around
film
the-
of sweat around the bowl would form
Keep with us.
a proper seal.
I'm about to puke in here.
Right. So then when he released the gases, the noxious gases as they would be,
Mhm.
they had nowhere to go. Now you have to remember that you've got
So my theory holds weight.
your theory holds
The
weight.
toilet didn't,
But
but
not
my
only
theory
that,
does.
but
Seriously,
you have
have
to
this
think about this. You got to think about this. Is that first of all, the pressure buildup, whatever amount of kilopascals it would have been, it would have had to push the water.
kilopascals.
It would have had to push
Bro.
the water out first. So when the water was pushed out, going around the U-bend, because you know that water stays in a toilet because of the U-bend, because of the gravitational pull, and it's a kind of thing that was
Was he a
the
plumber
most-
once too?
he could have been. It was the most epic flatulations in mankind.
Yes,
Either
it
that
would have had to have been the most powerful.
flat jet.
Yes.
It wouldn't be a flat jet because the
It
flat
was
jet
over 9,000.
Yes.
PSI.
Well, three of us got that.
We
So
need
I am curious though, if he was in
Flatching.
Europe or Australia where the water goes the opposite
Australia, not
direction.
Europe.
Okay, well, it's all the same.
Well,
If
porcelain's
it,
also brittle, isn't it?
Well,
would
Nah,
that
sorry,
would
mate.
that
No,
would've
no,
been-
no. Europe is nothing like Australia because in Australia we go down under.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So would that have affected the gas?
If
Because
it had happened in Australia, you see, upside down is everything. So it wouldn't have blown up the toilet. It would have lifted him off the toilet, and then you would have been able to pick him up off the floor, and there'd be nothing inserted anyway. So, g'day, Bruce.
okay, all right. So
I just want to see Tim's
that was
face
pretty
again.
gross.
I want to see.
yeah,
I want to see
well,
Tim's face again when I say
think-
that the sweat on the bowl.
I just think
Oh my
I just
God, bro.
I'm so
That's
excited that I
gross.
came up with a theory that was explained scientifically that pretty much proved my theory. And this would have been a good nerd roundtable thing. But it was not in the nerd
That's on
roundtable
you.
because we haven't done the nerd roundtable yet, but we're getting ready to do it now.
Okay.
So
Yes.
here's the other thing.
All
There
right,
should
I
be an
just,
Upstate Pulse investigates.
It should be. That was a
Y'all
segue.
can't-
Oh, that was your segue?
Y'all can
Yes.
investigate. the
Stop
blood sweat
interrupting
on the
my
rim.
segue.
All right?
I pointed, I talked
I'm
about
moving out of that
everything,
one.
and oh yeah, by the way, while you're looking for that, I'm trying to think.
He wasn't ready anyway.
No. Before you play that, there was something that happened before the show. That you would, I mean, technically in the show that you would probably consider that a noobable moment. You may try to forget it. It wasn't the first. I mean, you may consider that a noobable moment.
Beaker's back.
Yeah, and make sure you put it where everyone can hear it. Technically, it's not your fault, but it is your fault because you're manning the store. You are driving the car.
Man in it,
And
bro.
and even though I ask you, here's why you're getting noob because I ask you if a certain button was pushed, and then all right, hit it.
Oh, what the?
Should you get noob because you couldn't figure out how to push the noob button?
Hit it twice because you couldn't noob yourself.
Let's I would say let's hit the round table.
Why are you messing with the fantasy? We know about the reality. Don't ruin the fantasy, okay?
The Upstate Pulse presents the Nerd Roundtable.
Allow me to elaborate.
Because the guys from your high school debate team need to lay the smackdown.
Are you familiar with the Drake equation?
The one that estimates the odds of making contact with extraterrestrials by calculating the product of an increasingly restrictive series of fractional values, such as those stars of planets and those planets likely to develop life. N equals R times FP times NE times FL times FI times FC times L. Yeah, that one.
You might want to get out your tape recorder because it's going to be a historical moment.
All right, time for the nerd roundtable where we ask some very nerdy questions. Like we haven't been doing that. this whole time, nearly a decade ago, the first question in the Nerd Roundtable was, did Han shoot first? And we all know he did.
He did, but I'm contesting that noob, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. And I contest the one when my phone went off with a certain AI when I had nothing to do with that. So anyway, we can contest, but we still pay our debts. That's what we do.
Touche.
Kevin.
Hold on.
You talking about the little standoff in the bar?
Yeah.
Of course he shot first. He won.
That's all right.
Tim, where are you?
Absolutely. No, he's here. He's here. It's just on a little bit of a delay. All right. Kevin mentioned something about
He's just think about it for a second.
About Taco Bell and Waffle House. And I have a question. So going back to my dude on the toilet, because what do you think he ate? What do you think he? No, it's a roundtable question. It really is. And we have scientists in the roundtable. You and I are not the scientists, Tim. These guys are. They legitimately are technically
science.
They're both engineers. So what fast food would be most likely to cause the explosion
Well, you see, if I was going to do that, what I would do is my science voice.
That's your science voice.
I would definitely say
you need to button up your
was,
top.
KFC.
There you go. You can't do it.
It was definitely
come
something
on.
that was
pretty
very
greasy.
spicy and quite explosive going
spicy
in,
and explosive?
and then it'll be spicy and explosive coming out, and that's my.
I gotta
Taco
see.
Bell.
I gotta see. People keep saying that about Taco Bell. I've never had that experience with Taco Bell.
Oh, dude, the fire sauce, bro, or the Diablo sauce.
I've been eating
feel like
Taco
they're
Bell
having
since
a
I was a
different
teenager. Because
conversation
when
with
you're a
us,
teenager, you're supposed to go to Taco
Have
Bell.
you ever eaten the
It's a
Diablo
law.
sauce?
I have. So Odie.
Yeah.
So back when I was a teenager, a long time ago, when cars had square wheels, Taco Bell was the thing teenagers went and did. Did they have an equivalent in Ireland, or is there Taco Bell in Ireland?
Excuse me, sir. Is this the Ask Odie segment?
Yeah, it can be, because it's a debate thing. So I'm curious.
No, we just sit around in fields licking potatoes.
Okay, all right. So does that make you gassy?
Potatoes grow in the dirt.
It depends on how you prepare them.
All right, let us talk about China. We're going to talk about TikTok really quick. A TikTok celebrity known as Tunnel Girl. Do you know Tunnel Girl?
No, I don't watch TikTok.
Tim, Odie.
Yeah,
Tunnel
no,
Girl.
I'm big on TikTok, but no, I've never seen Tunnel
Okay,
Girl.
all right. You big on watching it, or are you big on TikTok?
Does she work with Squirrel
So
Girl?
we should subscribe to TikTok
Well,
to
I'm
watch
6 foot.
Odie.
I'm 6
Okay,
foot.
all right.
I'm
Well,
on
that's not bad. A TikTok celebrity known as Tunnel Girl, to her 537,000 followers. Is that good for TikTok? 537,000?
Yeah, it's not
I
bad.
don't know. I'm old. Has been ordered by officials in her Virginia town to stop digging the tunnel that made her famous. So this girl is famous on TikTok for digging a tunnel under her house. And Virginia said, hey, stop doing that.
Where is she digging it to?
China. Oh, no, she's already there.
Possibly. The woman, whose first name is Kayla, has been digging a tunnel under her Herndon home. I don't think you can say it. It's a Herndon. It's got to be Herndon. A project which he's been. That's the name of the town.
Are you sure we aren't back on the toilet?
Yeah, well, maybe.
She's
which is
under the toilet.
Yes. So a project which has been documenting on the social media platform for the past 2 years. She's been digging for 2 years. However, after learning of the dig, Herndon town officials recently sent her a stop work order. So they did give me a stop work order and are requiring an immediate evaluation by a professional engineer, Kayla says. Fortunately, contrary to a few rumors here, it is constructed entirely below the slab of my house, and it shouldn't be too hard to get the permits and approval. So we'll be working on that. Herndon officials will only say they're working with the property owner to correct any violations. There are people who dig under their houses like that.
Yeah, I bet you that's fake.
I don't know. One of the guys who was in my cousin Keith's band, I'm gonna say cousin Keith, because Keith drove the poster back there, and he's an excellent artist, also a killer bass player. Why
would he kill a bass?
Well, because sometimes they deserve to die.
Have you seen that man play?
Yes. So his buddy, who's an excellent guitarist, his name's Mark. I'm not going to tell you his last name, although you can look it up. He is
Mark, the guitar guy.
Said he went into a house one time and there was a druid in there who was like digging under his house, and he didn't actually live in his house. He like wore cloaks and lived under his house. He had made a hole in his living room, and he like
Is
went
he a
down
druid
into the
because
whole.
he wore cloaks?
I don't know. He thought he was a druid. It doesn't sound like a druid. It
He
sounds like
seemed
a
very nature.
sounds like a mole man. I mean,
I've
back in the
Did
day,
he
druids were
grow out
not.
of the
I
dirt?
don't know.
I've actually met druids.
Have you? Well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. I mean,
Yeah.
druids probably originated from Ireland. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I was a druid.
They
once.
get naked quite a lot.
Do they? So
yes, they do.
were you also naked with the druids?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Was that skinny deal?
Yeah, we need to go to break. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of naked druids, apparently.
Yar.
Why did the naked druid sound like a pirate?
Well, sometimes when you're a naked druid, you can also have a vocation.
On the 21st of December, every single year, there's a place called Newgrange in Ireland. And on the 21st of December, the sunlight goes in through the doorway and it goes all the way down to the back of the passage. It's called a passage tomb. And that lets the.
Hi, Donna, but Matthew's not here.
It's 5,000 years old, this thing. And it's, yeah, just look up Newgrange.
Is it safe?
The part of Matthew is being played by Tim.
The part of Tim is being played by Tim.
Yeah.
T2 is Tim.
Coming back
I'm
onto the
plotting
line.
everybody's AI destruction.
Yes, probably doing that.
Coming back with the lightning round.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there was a druid in college. He kept going around mushroom circles. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, but Odie goes around mushrooms.
Yeah, he also had very high
No,
socks.
around them. Not,
Wait, you don't go into them. You do
right,
not go
that's
into
what I said. You go around them.
He could have been an evil.
Not like you're
druid.
hanging around it. I mean, you're walking
them.
around.
Hanging
it.
around mushroom circles.
And suddenly it got really quiet in the room because they were talking about mushrooms.
for the
man.
first time in like
talking
40
about
years.
shrooms, and people was like, "Oh, don't go in there. You're gonna die."
All directions.
So is that where Irish go to suck out your souls in the mushroom circles?
No, they go to Leprechaun.
Just the Irish in general.
I'm actually not even going to talk about them.
Okay, that's right. I forgot. We've had these conversations before.
Yeah.
Early on, like last year, 2023.
Is it like Ghostbusters?
I'm not going to.
It's like Fight Club.
I'm not going to take them off.
Yeah,
You don't
that's-
talk about
yeah,
mushrooms.
No, you
talk
don't.
about
You don't mess
mushrooms.
with them. They're just the little folk.
The wee folk.
Oh yeah, I also own them with brass knuckles. Forgot to tell you that.
What?
Okay.
Leprechauns.
Yeah. They have brass knuckles. They do. Of course they do. They're leprechauns.
Oh, I'm saying I did. There's some pugilism. I got a lot of bruised shins after that.
It'll happen.
You just keep making fun of the leprechauns and see what happens. Yeah. Potato.
Yeah, dude, it's real, bro. I saw a whole documentary.
It's
Yeah,
real.
bring it on. I'm
It's
immortal.
real, bro.
Real.
Leprechauns are real, man.
I have
never
seen-
heard of
I-
mushroom
I also saw a
circles, though.
documentary
Oh, yeah,
where,
yeah,
where,
look
them
where
up.
Paul
Yeah, look them up.
McCartney was replaced and has been fall
Fall is real, man.
I don't
for
believe that.
for the entire time.
Only
You need to
because
look
I
up.
saw
There's a
him
pub in
write
Ireland and
Get
they have
Back
leprechaun
in-
bones in the
that
pub.
documentary on Disney.
Wait, did you say
And
there's a
that was
pope in
awesome.
Ireland that has
Well, there was.
that has leprechaun bones in it? And
The Pope was in Ireland at one stage.
Okay, all right.
No, there's a pub, a public
pub,
house,
okay,
a bar,
like a
that
bar,
has
a bar.
leprechaun bones in it.
The
Really?
pub.
Yeah.
Is that like the Area 51
No.
aliens thing? Okay,
It's a pub with leprechaun bones.
See,
Just
them
Isn't it
aliens.
like bad taste to have the bones of a leprechaun there?
well, you see, now look at.
Or does it protect you?
I don't know.
I mean, you know.
Is
But
it a
some
warning?
of his clothes and his bones are in a glass
Oh, it's
case.
closed too. Are they green?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Look it up. Look it up.
it's a
online.
stereotype, but I wanted to
Are
know.
you sure it wasn't just a little person?
No, this is tiny.
Wow, because I picture leprechauns being a little bit bigger. But,
Yeah,
you know,
they
maybe it's
can
because of those
grow-
movies. I don't know. Maybe Leprechaun 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
can
5,
they
and
change their
6.
shape at will?
Of course, can. Now, I don't know why they would change at Will, because Will's a nice guy, but
But how tall was the leprechaun in Darby O'Gill and the Little People?
he was about that tall.
Was he?
Yeah.
California psychics.
What are you doing?
I
You told me last week.
what?
Don't talk about ads.
No.
No,
we,
no.
we can make fun of California psychics all we want because
What if
they already knew we were going to do it, so we're good.
And they give massages.
I was going to say that. I was about to say that.
Lightning
We
can
will
only strike
massage
twice
you.
so many times.
All right, W has spoken. That means it's time for the lightning round. We'll try to squeeze in as many stories as we possibly can in the last couple of minutes of the show. And since we went a little long, it really is the last couple of minutes of the show.
Yeah, but sorry.
What?
No, I'm just saying
okay.
a
All
little
right.
bit,
Okay. All right. So, Blue Eye Samurai is out on Netflix right now. Check it out, but not in front of children.
Yeah, don't watch it in front of your kids.
It is. It's graphic in many different ways, but
all the ways.
It's a little predictable. I mean, some things I can't go into detail.
It's a story.
It's a little predictable, but it's good. It really is.
It's a good story.
Yeah,
if you like vengeance types of stories, it's good.
I like vengeance.
Yes, who doesn't? I mean, ain't nothing like
Vengenations.
Although you may have ruined it because now I got to believe that they actually, she
I
gets
haven't
her.
seen the end of it, so I don't know.
Oh, I thought you watched it all.
No,
All right,
I'm on episode 7.
John Wick's Chad Stahelski has ideas for Star Wars. Do you want to see the director for John Wick direct the Star Wars movie?
Yes. No, I'm done with Star Wars.
Okay,
All
all
right,
right.
we can
all
leave
right,
him
fine.
behind.
They ruined it. They
all right.
ruined it for me.
Yeah, but what if he could fix it?
I don't think you can fix that.
Have a story about have an underworld story or like a bounty hunter story.
Yeah, bounty hunter story. I mean,
Yeah.
if John Wick as a bounty hunter,
Is that guy Bob the Builder? Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
yes, we can. Exactly. I'm
Yes, we can.
all right.
Hope and optimism.
In case you didn't know it, Steamboat Willie has become public domain now, and so because just like with what Winnie the Pooh did last year, Steamboat Willie has become public domain. There's already a horror film out
That was Mickey Mouse too.
It is.
Yeah.
That was the original Mickey Mouse, but Steamboat Willie is now public domain. So there is a Mickey Mouse horror film coming out,
okay.
and there's also a survival horror game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, check out it starts out with a bunch of rats, and then one of them is a distorted, deformed-looking Mickey Mouse, and it's a survival game, and it's
But hang on. How can it be in public domain if Mickey Mouse is not in public domain?
Steamboat Willie is.
Oh.
So there's a fine line, and
Black and white and no
Disney
gloves.
can't do anything about it, but they can
So, like,
monitor
just
it.
those characters. In that
So in the
depiction.
trailer that's out for the Steamboat Willie the horror film, they actually have Mickey Mouse posters in it, and I don't know how but they did it. So
Pete, it's like
Maybe
Mickey
they spell it
Mouse,
differently?
Pete, and there's I think the cow lady.
yeah, the cow lady.
Maybe they spelled it differently.
No, they didn't. You have to check it out after the show.
Yeah, they're gonna get sued into oblivion.
Yeah, I don't. It's
just whatever characters are.
All right,
in
so I
there
tried
and
to watch
their depiction of.
I tried to watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and
We watched the trailer, man. That was enough.
yeah, but there's no plot. I like horror, but there's got to be a little bit of a plot.
Yeah.
Pooh and
Horror
all
for the
those
sake of
guys,
horror is
they're
not good.
aliens, and they got mad because Christopher Robin went away, and then they decided, let me figure out.
It's all Christopher Robin's fault.
So no, it is.
It is.
So what stopped me was they decided to tie this girl into a railroad track. Why? What is their motivation? They just decided, okay, no one's died this way in a while. Let's do this.
But if you
Let's
have
bring this
So,
back.
so I want my horror movie to at least have some motivation, like Scream or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you have to ask why they would tie someone to a railway track, then there's no hope for you, Alonso.
well, the
I don't
thing
know.
is,
I kind of like House of a Thousand Corpses.
it might have
down,
worked
patio
like back in the
furniture.
70s or like back in the 20s or
20s,
something. Yeah, it would have worked. But now it's like, why are they putting them on the train for? I don't know. So anyway,
who was the one guy with the curly mustache and the dog?
yeah, it was.
He always did that, right?
Yeah.
Dick Dastardly.
Yeah, and
Yes.
and Muttley. Yeah, it was him. All right. I want to shout out to all the new people that we've got on stream this week. Make sure you stay tuned and come back next week because we'll get worse.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
And thanks to everybody that
yeah.
texted in because the text line was on fire tonight. Just a lot of it I couldn't answer.
Our goal is to be worse in 2024, and I think we can accomplish it.
Oh, yeah.
Today was a good step.
Better, worse?
As our worse. We're gonna get worse.
Better,
Better
worse.
worse. You can get better worse. Because we're gonna prove it.
Okay.
And
That's a paradox.
Hey everybody, I just want to say
I don't wear ducks.
I'm not sorry. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.
Somebody left his mic up. Not looking at anybody in particular.
Did I talk? Remember the discussion that we
maybe-
had
maybe
before the
somebody else
show
would've talked.
about how if you can't hear the speakers, and so I did that on purpose to see if you noticed, and
Yeah,
you did.
and I didn't turn
Thank
off
you.
Yeah, see?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
did
You know who I also
fantastic.
appreciate? I appreciate everyone out there who tuned in. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to the
hang
stream.
on. Before we
Goodbye,
say goodbye,
stream.
before we say goodbye.
But we're saying goodbye.
Yeah, no, I know we are, but there was something that came up that I wanted to say back. Oh yeah, Kevin says that shrooms grow from cow patties. No, they grow from cow pats.
What?
Yeah, we don't call them cow patties.
Is it still poop?
Yes, it is.
Then it's the same thing.
Okay.
They grow from fertilizer. Say goodbye, Tim.
I said goodbye.
Say it again.
Goodbye, Tim.
There we go. Say goodbye, Odie.
Slow on a volume, Makara.
Yeah, stop. What the heck did he say?
No one called for that kind of language.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're on the stream, but don't talk that way. All right, everybody.
Why don't I get to say goodbye?
Because
It's
you already
hard
did.
to say goodbye.
Everybody
To-
really
is.
hates
To
me.
yesterday. Goodbye, 2023. Goodbye, everybody.
Sometimes it's
See you
hard
next week.
To be